We are live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the biggest, greatest, most far-right political podcast on all the internet and the airwaves, the Patriot Roundtable, episode 139. And, oh yeah, what was the situation? Why didn't we do a show? Last Wednesday, I was out of town. I was down in South Florida for a week for work. So, our guest canceled.
I was still going to do a show.
And our guest canceled?
Yeah. I got to think of the guy's name again.
Tony Sapp?
Yep, Tony Sapp. He's running for Orange County Mayor. He didn't even call me or show up or nothing.
We did have, what's his name? Chris Messina here, which is running for the same position.
He showed up.
So, there you go. Yeah.
So now you know who to vote for.
Yep. So what was the situation with Tony Sapp? His guy called you and like after you had already gone home?
Yeah, we were supposed to start at 8.
Yeah.
And I got in here an hour early. I set everything up like I always do.
Okay.
And then right about 8 o'clock, I'm waiting outside. Don't see anything. I don't have Tony Sapp's number, so I texted his campaign manager.
Right.
And about 25 minutes later, I'm like, I just shut everything down and left. And then a half hour after that, I got a text from his campaign manager. Said, I'm in Thailand. Why don't you just call? Why don't you just text him? I said, you never gave me his number.
Yeah. Go ahead, call him. And then you said,
yeah.
Fuck that. Anyway, people, okay, looked like we started good and started well because, usually when we start, we get like a 20-some people. Maybe starting a little bit off of time through the algorithmic demotion down. So go ahead and share this podcast. Hit the share button, share it on your Facebook so that we can beat the algorithmic demotion. Much appreciated, people.
It's so weird, man. I pop up my Facebook page so I can monitor. That's usually how I monitor the. There it is. I don't monitor the comments and stuff through the laptop. I do it from my phone, and it wasn't showing up, but here we are. I got it now. All right, so let's start out by saying I recently joined this Florida Republican Assembly. All right, they call it of Orange County, but essentially it's the Central Florida area. If you're looking for a good group to join, it's one of the fastest growing conservative groups in the area.
Yep.
Lou Marin started this group about a year ago or so, and I think they have close to 500 members already. And so they meet once a month, and they talk about all the political stuff going on. They, if you join the group, it's $25 a year to be a member. Lou keeps everybody updated through emails and text messages about important stuff going on. And anyways, this meeting tomorrow, anybody that's interested, it's right there on Lee Road. It's at the Gavana Grand Salon Lounge and Restaurant, if I said that correctly.
That's a tough name.
$20 to eat, I guess. Come to the event. See if you. It's to meet the candidates. And if I can, he sent me the itinerary. This is, like. All kinds of candidates that are running are going to be there. You can meet them and talk to them. They're going to be speaking and that kind of stuff. So, anyways, Republican.
So since
Florida Republican Assembly.
So since we have a special invite, I guess, do we still need tickets or?
No, like I said, I went to like 10 of these meetings before I even joined.
Yeah. And Lou invited me.
Yeah.
Which appreciated, Lou Marin.
So here's the address for tomorrow, guys. I think it starts at 5 o'clock.
Yep.
And take a screenshot of it, y'all. And,
Laura Loomer's going to be there.
Yeah, Laura Loomer will be there.
David Dwyer?
He'll probably be there.
Oh, okay, I see.
There'll be a lot of candidates there. So.
All right, well.
Get out there.
Latest news is the Republican Senate betrayed us again by confirming Dettelbach, what's his name? They confirmed some communist for the ATF, right under our noses.
They confirmed somebody?
They confirmed somebody as the director of the ATF. And this person's agenda supposedly is he's too worried creating a national registry. So he wants he wants to do some sort of like Fidel Castro gun control type stuff, where every gun is registered, every magazine, every bullet, right?
Who's gonna comply with all that bullshit?
Nobody will, and nobody better will. People better hang on to these firearms like it's your lifeline, because it is.
So how long have we gone without somebody in charge of the ATF?
A long
It's
time.
been like years, right?
Yeah, well, Trump didn't appoint anybody to be the director of the ATF.
Well, if he would have, Biden would have fired him anyways, right?
I don't. Yeah, I guess he could, but that's the thing. I don't know, because Trump, when he came in, it's not like he fired Fauci or he fired any of the positions where the president has the power.
If he had a lefty in charge of the ATF, he would have fired him.
Yeah, but there wasn't anybody. He should have put a right wing. So that's the thing, man. Whenever Republicans take control, it's not like we don't seem to be gaining any ground on gun rights, right? Rights, like something. The second thing that was ever put in the Constitution, we don't seem to be gaining any ground on. A lefty gets in there, they cut down, they chip away at our gun rights. A right winger gets in there, and they sort of like hold it still for a while. Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's been some radical gun control stuff that were installed in this, like the national red flag laws that just passed. That's been something on their agenda for years, right?
Yeah.
For decades. And now it went through.
Right.
Yeah.
But in Florida, we already have these red flag laws.
We did, yeah, in Florida. And
we do, yeah. So because they got a national red flag law, does that really affect us?
It doesn't affect us here in Florida, but I mean, it was already horrible here in Florida, the fact that we did. As a matter of fact, these national red flag laws were modeled after Florida's red flag laws that were passed by Republicans.
Keep in mind, any gun law that's passed
is unconstitutional.
Unconstitutional.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
Shouldn't be happening. And I wonder how many... Somebody made a comment about how many laws have been passed.
So,
regulating
300
guns.
federal,
Wow.
20,000 all across the country
That is
since the
sick.
Second Amendment. Yeah.
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 No
And guess
good.
what? Most of those have been in the past, century. I mean, in the first century of the country, in the greatest century after the establishment of the country, there weren't any gun laws, all right? And then politicians, corruption settled in.
Imagine if we let if Democrats always got their way,
Yeah.
they would have taken our guns away.
Oh, yeah. That's
It'd
what
be like Mad Max. Look at all of the biggest cities.
Are
All big cities.
gun-free zones.
They're all run by Democrats.
And they're crime zones.
And they're crime zones, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full of white supremacists with a tan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to try to ruin the country on purpose, you couldn't do it any faster than Biden's doing it.
No. He's on the most efficient path.
And the weird part is half the country is down with it. They're cool with it. They think that's for the betterment of the country.
Of course, dude. I mean...
You could say, hey, open borders and 110,000 Americans have died of a fentanyl overdose.
Yeah.
Most Democrats, I guess, don't know that, right? Because the media don't tell them.
So Greg Abbott posted a video on his social media saying how he's taking action using the state powers to, to regulate illegal immigration, because the state and each individual counties have the power to declare a state of invasion. Right, so that's what counties in Texas are moving towards. Kinney County, the ones where we went to work the border there, have actually just declared a state of invasion. Anyway,
that's supposed to trigger something in the government where they're supposed to do something.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything.
Dude, I swear to God, it seems like they're never taking any action, dude.
Nothing, dude.
Because anything that they do, the lefties start, getting their attorneys on it and subpoenas and start getting all their human rights organizations ready to go. And then guess what the right-wingers do? They comply with everything that the lefties subpoena for and ask for and start suing. The lefties never do that, right? Like, the lefties legitimately ignore Supreme Court decisions.
Yeah.
And right-wingers comply with some subpoena from an attorney for a human rights civilization, a human rights organization. Come on.
If it feels like we're losing, then that means we got to fight harder.
Yeah.
Because if it feels like we're losing,
you got to stop playing nice.
Yeah, we got to stop playing nice. We probably are losing. So fight harder.
Yeah.
Do anything. Do something.
Yeah, so speaking of, Greg Abbott posted a video talking about how he's going to take state powers to shut down the border. And then some people were commenting, like some people on Greg Abbott's page were saying, oh my God, enough of this border crap. Let's do something to fix the climate.
Yeah.
What? So let's do...
Yeah, they focus on that, not the borders.
You're more worried about how Trump said, that ocean level rising half an inch over the next 300 fucking years than the hundreds of thousands of people dying off of fentanyl overdose coming over.
The climate thing isn't going to kill you for about 1,000 or 2,000 years.
Yeah.
But this invasion
is killing you immediately.
It could kill you in the quickly. So
some mother in Indiana, I believe, overdosed on fentanyl by touching a dollar bill. You seen that story?
Just by touching a dollar.
Yeah, as soon as she touched the dollar bill, she got fentanyl poisoning. She felt dizzy, hard to breathe. Luckily, they rushed her into the hospital at the right time.
She died or she lived?
No, she's in critical condition because she touched the dollar bill that somebody who had fentanyl in their possession had touched before her.
So the person who had the dollar bill initially must have had gloves on or something?
I don't know. I mean, it's passed through. The dust, if it's like exchanged outside of an enclosed container, the dust can settle on different surfaces, right? The fentanyl residue.
They just seized like 1 million fentanyl pills in California.
Dude, that's enough to kill the whole country.
It's crazy.
There's
China's sending. It's not Mexico that's coming up with the fentanyl. It's China.
Yeah.
China's sending it
to the cartels.
Yeah.
And the cartels are lacing it with drugs and selling it all over.
They're poisoning us.
Yeah. And now, like you said last show or so, they're lacing the birth control and abortion pills with fentanyl now because they started mass manufacturing them after the decision.
You know, you don't have any Chinese people over there that are addicted to drugs and fentanyl and all kinds of other shit. China won't let their own people have the fentanyl.
No, they have all that stuff banned.
It's made and directly targeted to us.
Yeah.
And these cartels I heard they're putting fentanyl into like gummies and stuff like that. What's going to happen when they start putting fentanyl in like packaged food and things like that?
Yeah, that's coming, man.
That's like a terrorist attack.
It's a biological weapon.
Yeah, go to a Campbell soup place, get a job there, and before the soups get canned up, sprinkle some, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll be doing that next.
Yeah.
Or they'll figure out how to put it in our water or whatever.
Yeah. Dude, if you get like a right amount of fentanyl, you stand on top of a high building and sprinkle it. I mean, you could kill, a few people just doing that. It's a biological weapon manufactured in China. And, cartel lace drugs with it and ship it over the border. And that's why drug culture is increasing in the United States. And China's happy about that. They're like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You're free to do drugs if you want to. Yeah, man. Do some cocaine for fun, right? They won't let their people do that.
Kathleen says fentanyl is a big thing there in Indiana. I think fentanyl is a big thing everywhere in every state.
Yeah.
That's why they say that every state is a border state because it doesn't even matter anymore. It doesn't matter if you're on the border of Canada.
Yeah.
The fentanyl's making its way up there and killing people.
Unfortunately, dude.
Crazy. Sick, man. I don't know. What are we going to do?
We're at war.
Build a damn wall.
We're at war with entities in other countries that hate us and our own government who's supporting them, who's enabling them.
Yeah. It's just so weird that the media doesn't talk about it. I mean, you hear stuff on Fox News.
Yeah.
Newsmax and stuff like that talks about it, but none of the other media outlets do.
No.
That's why Democrats, they don't even know this is going on.
No.
So crazy.
But they will talk about climate change, though.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know. All the fear mongering with the climate change and all these countries that are trying to go green and like Sri Lanka, they're banned from using nitrogen and stuff in their fertilizers.
Trying to go green.
Yeah, they're trying to go green, and then their crops they can only yield half the amount of crops.
Yeah, and people are starving.
People are starving. Yeah, they are the model for how to go green for these one world order people. Yeah, it's a complete failure.
Yeah. That's how they create mass starvation. The agenda that they're pushing, how they market it is, we're just going green, right? We're saving the planet. From
Norway's next.
Yeah,
they've adopted all of the same green crap.
Yeah,
and it's not working out. That's what you're gonna find out, man. These lefties, they don't have a single idea that works.
No.
So, and it's just gonna lead to chaos, right?
Yeah.
It takes a while. How long has this green movement been going on? A decade, maybe? You think?
Yeah.
Ever since Obama got in there, I don't remember any green stuff going on with
On the Bush days?
But as soon as Obama got in there, it was go green. That's when it started.
Yeah.
Like every ailment that our country and the world is facing has started out with Obama.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I guess that's when they figured out that they could use climate change hoax to create worldwide starvation. Man.
I blame Obama for all this stuff.
Yeah. The whole racism crap. Oh,
Yeah.
man, black people are being targeted.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't around before Obama.
No.
Obama got in there and...
Diversity hire?
Yeah.
Never
Oh,
heard
no,
of that.
yeah.
That didn't happen.
We still had affirmative action. Affirmative action has been there for a while. And
Right.
then honestly, the whole fake racism thing turned people's attention towards affirmative action. Back in the day, any right-winger who was speaking out against affirmative action is like, what the hell? Well, how can you get in college with half the score if you're black than if you're a white guy?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. And then people were brushing it off. But then as soon as, well, in the Trump era, where attention was really brought out to the establishment's propaganda, that's when people started, rethinking the old, diversity crap that was put in.
I went to Target today to get groceries because that seemed to be the cheapest place to go.
Where?
And
Target?
Super Target.
Huh.
And cost us $300 and some.
Huh.
And then I saw the lady next to us, big black lady.
Huh.
There's two big black ladies checking out at the same time.
Let me
And
guess, they paid with the
got
food
the
stamp.
card, the food
Yeah.
stamp card. They had I had a pretty big cart full of food. So did
Yeah.
they.
Yeah.
They got theirs for free.
Dude.
And cost me $300. Yeah.
My God.
That's called white privilege.
Yeah, that's called white privilege.
The privilege of paying for it all.
Yeah.
And part of theirs.
Yeah. White privilege.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Yeah.
You
Kiss
get
my
to,
ass with that.
You get to work,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, however many days to buy your family groceries.
We gotta work a little extra days just to pay for her.
Meanwhile, they just get to swipe a card and get it from the government.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
I wish we could go to a place where you only get to keep what you earn for yourself.
Yeah, sort of.
I'm tired. I don't feel sorry for
let me
anybody
think.
anymore, man.
There aren't any food stamps
so
or
much-
welfare in Russia.
Yeah.
People work for their shit.
Yeah.
Big bad evil man Putin. He doesn't put up with any of that shit. You don't get to pay taxes. Taxes are a lot lower in Russia, even though it's a state ran. The government owns everything.
Well, the
and it's
inflation's
state-ran.
higher here than it is in Russia.
Yeah, you don't get to.
Inflation in
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia is like 1.8%.
Yeah, inflation in these countries are non-existent.
Yeah.
Why? They're a super nationalist country who only take care of citizenship holders, right? In Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, UAE, United Arab Emirates, you can't own property there if you're not a citizen, and they don't give out citizenships. You have to be like a third-generation resident. It's not like you wait 5 years, apply for asylum, settle, right? And you can't own property there if you're not a citizen, right?
Yeah.
They take care of their own people. Their own people get kickbacks from the government. That's how the government should take care of their own people, right? When the lefties say the government should take care of the people, they mean the government should give people free shit. They should take from the pockets of the hard worker and give it to the pockets of the freeloaders.
Did you see Biden went to Israel, right?
Yeah.
And then I saw a speech where he's pledging to give them $100 million for something.
Israel?
And then he goes to the Palestinians and then he gives them like $100 million.
Yeah.
Did we give the Saudi? Because he was in Saudi Arabia first. How much did we give them?
We
They're
are
like the
poorer.
richest country in the world.
We are poorer than Palestine.
How much money is Saudi Arabia giving any other countries?
No, they sell it. They do business. They don't do giveaways.
Oh.
Yeah, they do business. They sell oil. They price it how they want.
Do they pool together a bunch of money from their taxpayers and give it to other countries anywhere else in the world?
The European Union did that, but then the Brits got tired of it and they voted to exit. You heard of the Brexit thing, right? I mean, America seems to be doing that for the whole world. Mm-hmm. We're broke.
We're borrowing money.
We're 30 trillion in debt.
Yeah. Yeah. So we will never pay off this debt.
No.
It'll only keep getting bigger, our debt, because we don't have politicians that are responsible.
Yep.
So inevitably, it's unsustainable, and we're going to collapse at some point. Right? Can't go on forever, can it?
No. Doesn't not work. There's not like infinite money. Money doesn't grow on trees. You know, here's an AOC quote. If money doesn't grow on trees, then why do banks have branches?
She's so dumb.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the guy Alex Stein who was like my favorite big booty, my favorite juicy booty Latina?
Yeah.
You look so sexy, AOC, and then she started raging.
That was awesome.
And he's like, "Why didn't the police protect me?" Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Why didn't the Capitol Police protect me from a guy practicing his First Amendment rights? Why didn't the Capitol Police beat up this guy and arrest him for practicing his free speech?
I saved that video.
Defund the police unless somebody's using their free speech in a way that I don't like it. Then you should arrest them. Oh my god.
Yeah, God, I don't know where I did with the video.
Dude,
but
people are already making memes of it and running away with it.
Yeah. Shit.
Did you see where they put a video of her saying, look at that big ass,
yes,
look at that
I was
big
gonna
booty.
play that till you saw
and then they put Trump on the other side.
Hold on, I got
Chill,
that.
AOC is married.
I got that one too, but no, I just have to, I don't have it in any kind of order.
Oh, what are all those? Oh, those are videos that you have saved? It's
Oh,
right there.
phone.
It's right there. Scroll up. Go up. It's right there.
Oh, he
Yeah.
spotted it. That's hilarious, dude. Hold on. Let's play this.
Look at that big,
Look at
that big ass. Look at that big juicy booty.
That's awesome.
That big ass. Look at that big juicy booty.
And that's Trump playing tennis.
Yeah, so the Mark Stein one is on here somewhere, but
Uh,
I don't know where.
the original video of Alex Stein.
Yeah, I had the original one on here, I thought, but I had
Dude,
to delete
videos get lost so quickly. Like when you
Yeah.
save a bunch of them. I see.
it. Well, I had to.
I save some things on my phone that I can never find later.
Yeah, I guess it's
Let's
not
see.
gonna happen. I'm not gonna find it.
No, I mean it shouldn't be that far behind.
It don't matter. I got
Anyway.
all these TikToks too. We're gonna go through that
Oh,
I saved to my phone.
I see.
We'll look at them in a second.
All right, people, go ahead, hit the share button so we can beat the algorithmic demotion. Hit share.
Yeah, we started a little
21.
later tonight.
Yeah.
We didn't have a guest,
No.
so we started a little later.
All right.
So we need to start, once we don't have any more guests anymore, we need to just do random days.
Hmm.
I don't know if we should try it. Just do it, because we usually, we always go live Sunday at 6,
Uh-huh.
and then Wednesday at 8.
Yeah.
One day we'll just go like Monday at whatever.
We can
And
do
see what
that.
If we go live on a day that we don't normally go live, we maybe could skirt the shadow banning
Yeah.
algorithm thing. I don't know.
We can do that, definitely.
Try it.
Yeah.
See if it works.
Yeah. Just because, every time we like squiggle with our schedule, it seems, observingly we could do a little bit better.
Right.
um
So the title of the video, today's podcast is "The Monkeypox is Back" or something. They're pushing the monkeypox thing hard.
Is that the new thing?
And they're saying that it's too late to contain it. It's too late to contain it.
No,
here.
you can contain it. Stop.
Talking about it.
No, stop being gay. It's a gay disease.
Stop shoving your wiener in another dude's hairy butt.
Stop putting your wieners into other dudes' buttholes. That's how you can contain monkeypox.
Yeah. The WHO activates monkeypox emergency panel. As
Yeah.
Case number soar.
What does that look like? Suing all gay people's buttholes shut?
Yeah. That would work.
That's the monkeypox emergency task force.
They
Right?
should call it the LGBTQ pox.
HIV pox.
HIV pox. Because I think that's how you get it, right?
Yeah.
Anal sex.
Yeah.
Right?
It's another AIDS.
Isn't it funny how the media and like the WHO and all that stuff, they're not being honest with people?
No.
And not telling them how you catching this.
They
and
can't.
who's susceptible to it.
That would be homophobic and
Yeah.
racist. That would
That
hurt
doesn't
people's
go with
feelings.
the diversity guidelines.
Yeah.
Even health stuff.
Hey, trust
corrupt.
trust the science unless it goes against the diversity guidelines.
So stupid.
Unless it hurts homosexual people's feelings.
So I
Yeah.
noticed the other day that like when I went into Winn-Dixie, all of a sudden half the people in there are wearing masks.
Yeah.
And it ain't the monkeypox stuff. Like they're also hyping up the next variant.
Why are they wearing the mask on their face? They should be wearing it on their butthole so they don't catch monkeypox.
No, they're pushing the next variants. Fauci's telling everybody to mask up again and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, go get the jab.
Hurry, go ahead, mask up so you can vote by mail this next election.
Yeah, all these people that are jabbing up their kids.
Yeah.
So this thing modifies your DNA somehow.
Yeah.
Permanently. And if you, it's permanent. And if you have kids, this
passes them on.
The mutated gene is in.
Yeah.
Is part of the kid now.
Yep.
So, what if this thing, because the blood clots is a big thing, dude.
Yeah.
So what if you get these blood clots now forever, for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
And anybody that's gotten this thing, at some point, like, you may have 6 years to live.
Yeah, and
before you get a bad enough blood clot where you get a stroke or something like that. And then you have kids, if you get the
kids
jab,
who get the,
and then you have a kid, like in the next 6 months to a year.
Yeah. You
may be able to have this kid, but that kid might not live very long. Either. They might have the blood clotting thing. They will if the parents have it.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely
the only people that are safe are the ones who didn't get it.
Yeah.
But since it's a permanent modification to genes, fast forward 100 years, and this gene wipes out everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because eventually you're going to interbreed with these people, and they're going to have it in their gene, and eventually it could be the thing that makes humans go extinct.
Well, everybody's going to have a certain condition that makes them susceptible to blood clots, that then Big Pharma is going to have to sell a lot of more maintenance drugs to people.
If I said that on YouTube, they would give me a strike and put me in YouTube jail.
Oh, black-eyed babies. You all heard of the black-eyed babies. I've been seeing this a little bit.
What is that?
Women who get the jab and get pregnant, a lot of them are having kids because, it's been a while now that, since the vaccines came out. The
babies come out with black eyes?
Some babies have black. So that's the thing.
What do you mean black eyes? Black eyeballs?
I don't know. That's what I'm hearing saying the report says. Now, that's the thing,
Or
dude.
do they come out with like a black eye?
Most jabs, I don't know. Most of the COVID vaccines, since it's like a very controlled experiment, I guess, some of them are placebos. And that's the thing. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's some of the report that Pfizer or one of the other vaccine companies released, that not all the jabs were actual COVID vaccines. Some of them are placebos, some of them are the actual vaccines, right? Some of the reports that they were forced to keep releasing, as instead of we're going to keep it until 2095.
No, they have to release it.
So what the deal is now all these blood clots that are happening, these big pharmaceuticals are releasing, oh man, look how far science came. Now we're discovering that drinking black tea can get blood clots. Have you been drinking black tea? You're at a risk of a blood clot. Sleeping on your side can cause a blood clot. Oh, so things that we've been doing for hundreds of years.
Driving your car.
Drinking tea and sleeping can cause blood clots now, not the vaccine. But they somehow discovered it after the vaccine.
And you can't sue you can't sue Big Pharma for this stuff.
No.
So I heard that the CEO of Moderna, I think it is, or Pfizer, one of those guys, his golden parachute, like when he's done, and he retires and he's out of there, he gets $100 million.
His golden parachute?
Yeah.
Huh. He gets $100 million.
Yeah, when he leaves, he gets $100 million.
Man.
Yeah.
That's about as much money as Biden gave to Ukraine this month.
So they made record profits. All of these, the Johnson & Johnson, the Moderna, Pfizer, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they, what happens when you make a bunch of money? You want more? You want to do that again?
Yeah.
You want to make more money?
They're greedy, dude.
You got to keep it going.
They're never.
You can't
satisfied.
Next year make less money than you made this year.
No, you got to keep that profit.
Well, how do you do that? We need another one of them viruses.
Yeah, so we can give another vaccine out
Yeah.
that causes another condition that we're gonna sell drugs to cure.
And that's probably why they're giving them to little kids.
Yeah.
Even though that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
They don't care because it's more money for them.
Yeah. And that's the thing, dude. We only started discovering this because, the anti-establishment movement grew in the Trump days and everybody started looking into the big corporations. People trusted corporations and pharmaceutical companies. Back then, it was only a small minority of people. There's been other vaccines throughout history that have had, similar agendas, like with autism, with cancer. Like, that's the thing. Big Pharma has been pushing these products that then they push the solutions to for centuries. Guess what? I don't mean to, brag about other people's adversities, but there's this crazy liberal bitch that trains at the same CrossFit gym that I go to, right? Who's a nurse, and she's crazy liberal. Like
How do you
she
know? You talk
literally
to her?
begs. I follow her on social media, and I see her vaccinating her kids all the time. She gave her 11-year-old
So you're friendly
kid.
with her at the gym?
No, I don't talk to her.
So how do you
I
know?
can't stand
how
her.
do you know her?
She
Instagram?
doesn't talk to me because I have We the People. What?
How do you know her social media?
We followed each other back in the day before the
Oh.
politics stuff, started intensifying. Now we don't talk to each other. Anyway, so she vaccinated her 11-year-old kid the same week that the PDF, the FDA approved it for 11-year-olds. And she's been giving, her kids all the vaccines since the day that they were born and all on time.
She totally trusts
And
the
they
government.
they just figured out that her youngest daughter, her 2-year-old daughter, has some crazy, rare form of autism now. That her daughter is autistic.
Yeah, the more you jab kids with
Yeah.
anything, the more, statistically, the more autism's on the rise, dude,
Yeah.
big time. It used to be an anomaly. Now it's 1 out of 5 kids has autism or something crazy.
And it's projected that by, 2040, it's going to be 1 out of 2 kids.
Well, all
Crazy.
the Democrats got their kids jabbed, so
Yeah.
it's going to be 1 out of 2 kids has autism.
Legitimately, this chick has 2 kids. One of them has autism. And once she gave the COVID vaccine, who's 11-year-old. She has an 11-year-old and a 3-year-old or something.
Well, it might not matter if they got the jab. They might be blood clotted,
Yeah. Man.
so might not be anything you can do.
Now, these people shouldn't have kids. These people should have their kids taken away. Not the parent, but who actually gets their kids taken away? The parent that refuses to acknowledge that his kid is not transgender, right? The one that refuses to feed into their kid's mental illness and calling them by their pronouns.
All the transgender,
These are the people
all
that
the
they want.
transgender kid type and people that have transgender kids, they're all lefties and they've all got the jab. So
Yeah. But again, there
they're
are
getting
some...
phased out with the blood clots.
There are a lot of conservative parents that their kids, get indoctrinated by the public school system, Hollywood, social media, and then they come with this trans crap, right? And their conservative, Christian parents refuse to acknowledge it because obviously they would. That's a mental illness. And
It is.
there's these other institutions that are like, hey, if your parents don't accept you for who you are, screw them. Come here. We're going to feed into your mental illness.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
that
dude.
Munchausen by proxy
Yeah.
disorder that they have.
Yeah.
That means someone who's got Munchausen
Yeah.
means that they injure themselves to get attention.
Yeah.
By proxy means you injure somebody
Close to
to you, that like a family member, like somebody you're supposed to love and care for,
To get attention.
to get attention. So
Yeah.
you injure your own kid and they get attention and then you
You,
get it
by
Yes.
association,
Yes.
get attention.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's a big thing now with dumb lefties.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you call them, dude.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yep.
But, hey, we just invented this jab. We haven't tried it out on anything yet, but we got to vaccinate the whole world with it.
Right.
Okay. Here's my kid. Do him too.
Yep. All right, people, go ahead and share the biggest, greatest, most far right-wing podcast in
So-
all of the internet and airwaves. Hit the share button.
We're only just now beginning to find out like the side effects and what's going on. I suppose as time goes by, we're going to find out a lot of scary shit
Yeah.
about the vax,
Yeah.
and they're going to blame Trump.
Of course.
When this thing goes sideways, they're going to have hours of footage of Trump saying, I warp speeded it.
The vaccine is the
It's
greatest
the
thing
greatest
in
thing.
humankind,
It's all
folks.
me. Because he wanted credit for it
I
because the
did it,
media is
folks.
making such a big deal about it, how great it is.
I take credit for it, folks. It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
So they're gonna pin it on him,
Yeah.
and then probably charge him with war crimes or some shit.
Of course, yeah.
Impeach him for a fifth time by that time.
Yeah, he shouldn't have put himself in a position, dude. I'm sorry, but that was pretty...
Does he
That
still
was
rant and rave
ridiculous.
about the vaccines anymore? Like
he not anymore, but he did at one point, and you know what the media does with some things that you've said at one point eventually, and
yeah, it comes back to haunt you.
they
later.
take it and run away with it.
Yeah, that's why I say, dude, we do this podcast. You mentioned one time you wanted to run for office, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you can't, dude. You did a podcast for a little while.
Well, that's the thing.
Hours
Yeah.
and hours of
I don't-
footage that
Yeah.
they could take from you.
I don't see myself running for office, and if the future of the United States is gonna be like, and can say, oh my God, he said gay people were faggots, and I'm not gonna vote for him. If the right wingers are eventually gonna act like that, then I don't see a reason that I'd want to represent them in office or fight for them and all that. So that's the thing. We gotta push back. We gotta take our country back, dude. And that's what I'm interested in, running office to represent people who are motivated to do.
Yeah.
So if I eventually will, which mind you, I still have 10 years because the youngest you have to run.
Hey, most people out there that
Yeah.
have podcasts and they discuss stuff like this, they don't even talk like us.
No.
You know what I mean?
But hey, remember, we are the
Or
biggest.
they don't talk mainly like you. That's what I meant to say.
We're the biggest, greatest, most far right-wing political podcast.
Yeah. Everybody tries to beat around the bush all the time.
Yeah.
Right? They know the truth.
Yeah.
They know what they should say,
Uh-huh.
but they're too scared to say it.
Uh-huh.
Probably because we just do it for the fun of it and we're not getting paid. And
No.
what are you going to do? Fire me?
For real.
I don't
What
give a
are you
shit.
going to do?
Yeah.
Take me off the air? Psh, it's our own air.
Yeah.
Man.
He's going to send the FBI after us?
You could do that, but, you know,
Well, they don't even need, dude, they don't even need proof that you did something wrong.
no.
I mean, it won't be long and we're going to have speech policing here, like in Canada. If you misgender somebody, you can go to jail.
Huh.
Isn't it like that in like Brazil even, and in the UK? Like
In
they're
Brazil-
all, in Australia,
Yeah,
like
Brazil
they're
are
all
unfortunately,
getting
yeah.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You don't think that shit's coming here?
No, it is coming here, dude.
So, all right, so I already told you this. I'm demonetized on
Mm-hmm.
on I can't monetize anything on Facebook. I already looked into it. I can't monetize on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
PayPal banned me for life because my PayPal page was called Paint the Trump.
Hmm.
And in their email to me, they just said that,
Mm-hmm.
what did they say? I hold radical views.
Yeah.
And I don't have Venmo, but my wife does. She just got notified last week that she's banned from Venmo.
Mm-hmm.
You know who owns Venmo?
Who?
PayPal.
Oh, that's right.
So they're debanking.
Didn't Elon Musk-
They're debanking us, dude.
Yeah. Social
So,
credit system.
What's the next step? Take a guess. Bank of America. That's my
Huh.
bank. Guess what? They're woke.
Oh, no.
They're gonna say, "Oh, you can't bank here."
No way.
And then where do I go? Maybe some credit union somewhere or something.
I mean, there's got to be some right-wing banks out there that we can rely
I know,
on.
but they're forcing me into a small area that I can bank, and
Yeah.
then at some point they're gonna say, "Oh, we don't accept checks from this bank." I mean,
Yeah.
this is where we're going, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Canceling you out from everything.
right?
dude.
So they're doing all of this to me, and I'm the radical one,
Yep.
right?
Unfortunately, it's crazy. Yeah, you're the radical one.
Yeah, I'm the radical.
Because you have
one.
Trump in your name,
Yeah.
but they'll debank you and won't do business with you because anyway.
Yeah.
So
And if I try to use GoFundMe for something, you know, they're not gonna.
oh,
they've
GoFundMe.
already-
don't.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Oh, this is
What
how
about Give Send
This
Go?
is in America, dude.
Yeah.
This is in America.
Yep.
So you know it's worse everywhere else.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
In Canada, when they don't like what you're doing, they go debank your ass,
Yeah.
and they're starting to do that here.
That's what they did with the truckers. I
Yeah.
mean, dude, what we seen in the truckers when the people pushed against the government, we've seen the government push back in the most tyrannical ways, and that just tells you that Canada's over, dude. And now they just took away all their handguns, like they banned the sale and importation.
I watched the video
handguns,
where Justin
transportation.
Trudeau said that using a gun to defend yourself.
You don't have the right to do
You
that.
don't have the right to do that.
What?
You don't have the right to.
Huh.
If you want to use a gun to go target practicing or to go hunting, you can do that. He said, but it's
you
a
can't
very,
use it to defend
It's a very
yourself.
rigorous process to get permission to buy those guns.
Yeah.
And there's probably all these regulations where,
Dude.
like, once a week they got to come make sure that's locked up and
Yeah.
zip tied
Yeah.
and everything
Yeah.
else.
Take away all your rights.
And if you don't follow all these rules, you get your gun taken away from you. And if you use a gun in self-defense and someone's trying to kill you,
you're the one that's going to
if
prison,
someone
not
else
the
has,
intruder.
If someone else has a gun and they're shooting at you and you go grab your gun and you use it,
You're just as guilty, right?
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy, dude. I mean, that's the
fucking
thing.
nuts.
The gun is the single most efficient equalizer out there. A gun can
The great
can
equalizer.
turn a 100-pound woman to an equal for a 300-pound
Yep.
male, right? It can make them both equal.
Yep.
Otherwise,
Well,
a
if she's got the
100-pound
same
woman.
training and stuff.
Yeah,
probably.
otherwise a 100-pound woman would stand no chance against a 300-pound male, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that little tool called the gun.
Yeah. I
Makes
saw
them
I saw a
equals.
video today. Can't remember where it was, but It was from a surveillance camera. When this woman was walking down the street, some dude jumps out of his car, runs at her, and she was running backwards as she's pulling out her gun and blasts the dude.
Man.
Yeah. So if she didn't have that gun, she would have been kidnapped, raped, killed.
Yep.
You know.
So there's a couple of people asking questions. So there's a hot mom in the comment called Tally Martucci. She asks where you guys located. We're in Longwood, Florida.
Where's that at?
And then someone else asked, "Are you guys on Rumble?" Yes, we are on Rumble at Paint the Trump. What?
Yeah, we go live here, and then after the live broadcast, then we go. Then I upload it to Rumble. It takes a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I see.
But our page follow us on Rumble, man. Dang it.
Yep. Rumble is free
I stopped
speech
dead in my
territory.
tracks on Rumble, man. I was slowly gaining. We were gaining followers there, and then same with Instagram, dude. I might just delete my whole Instagram page.
Will you?
Yeah.
No,
I used
don't
to
do
get all
that.
kinds of views. I used to get, I don't.
You still have a few thousand people following you there.
I don't get any extra followers. I don't get any.
Because you're shadow banned.
Yeah.
You try posting something on your story and see if people will see it.
I'm gonna post that AOC juicy booty thing on there.
Yeah.
They'll like that.
Yep.
Where is that one? I don't know. I can't even find it. I posted this earlier too. What do you think about this?
Provide one-on-one essential home care services for our senior loved ones. At Visiting Angels, personal home care is our passion. We're here for you.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
You put them in a home when they get to be that old.
Yeah. Man.
All right,
He
you
is
want-
just a shell. He's legitimately a shell of...
Yeah. Oh, so where in the hell is this? I say.
Wait, hold on, check this out. Don't let him know your next move.
What is it?
Biden not letting anyone know his next move. You seen that?
Ducking and diving and shit, or what?
Yeah, he tried to shake hands with the thin air at
Again.
first, and then he turned around to see if somebody was gonna guide him off the stage.
Unbelievable,
Look at him.
dude. Yeah, he's an embarrassment, man. Every country's laughing at us and making fun of us, dude.
Yeah.
With good reason. Oh, I don't know where that thing went. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is what Biden tweeted out.
The world is laughing at President Trump. They see him for what he really is, dangerously incompetent and incapable of world leadership. We cannot give him 4 more years as commander-in-chief.
This was before the election.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what Biden put out. Yeah, this is.
No one
explains
was
him-
laughing at Trump.
No, this explains Biden perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one laughed at Trump, dude. Nobody's seen him as incompetent or unfit of world leadership. I mean, they see Biden as that. I mean,
yeah.
Putin respected him. Kim Jong-un respected him.
Yeah.
He's the only one that could walk into these countries with serious leaders and negotiate with them. Nobody.
How
will
come North
give him
Korea's
the time
been
of
so
day.
quiet?
What?
I mean, you don't really hear them guys making any.
Because
noise.
Trump made peace with them after Obama was getting them ready to, be our next global enemies.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
he's not afraid of Biden, or
No, he's not. No, but we didn't have any conflict with them. Trump resolved all the conflict. There was conflict of interest. Trump.
yeah, no, but I think
Settled it.
they raise all kinds of hell over there because they want money.
What do you mean?
Give them money so that they behave and they don't threaten people with nuclear weapons and stuff like that. They want money.
They
They have
haven't
no
done-
other way to make money.
Yeah, but they haven't done that since Trump's days. Since
So that's a
Trump went over
totally
there.
self-contained country, right?
Yeah.
Like anything that they make, like they probably sell stuff to China, don't they? Over there, North Korea. They buy
Yeah.
stuff from China.
They have allies. Yeah, they have allies.
Well, I think China might be their only ally, right?
Probably, I think so.
But they have
I don't know.
they do have
I
the.
don't follow.
How did they find the capability of making nuclear weapons, dude?
Because America sold it. We had
They had
treasonous politicians in our government that sold this type of intel to other countries, and they
Somebody
shared
did.
it around. And then they sold it to their allies and whatever.
So now they're making nuclear weapons.
Yeah,
and
like how did the whole world suddenly get nuclear weapons? It was only the United States and the Soviet Union back then.
Okay, you know how Iran is trying to make nuclear weapons?
Yeah.
And supposedly they haven't yet. I guarantee you they got
They
a bunch
have.
of North Korean nuclear weapons over there already.
Yeah.
They're probably pointed right at us.
Yeah. They're probably getting ready to hit the launch. as soon as Kamala gets declared,
Israel has
the new
nukes,
president.
right? They have to.
They have nuclear defense system.
They don't have nukes?
I don't know if that's
bet they
considered
do.
the same thing. So the nuclear defense missiles are made to target,
They gotta have
nukes.
nukes.
I don't know if they have nuclear missiles per se.
I bet you they do.
Oh. And guess who paid for them if they do? Our tax dollars, American.
Hold on,
American.
look at me. I'm gonna Google it. Like Google will tell you the truth,
Yeah.
right?
You'll probably get a Trump bad article on the top page, on the first link. Anyway, people, go ahead, hit the share button so you can share the biggest, greatest, most far-right political podcast in Central Florida.
Dude, they've had nuclear weapons since the 60s.
Israel?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That would make sense, yeah. They helped them develop. The Western powers helped them develop their nuclear arsenal so that the Jews could never be desecrated again. Why does America have to babysit the whole world? I mean, Americans have been getting robbed tooth and nail. And mind you, we're still, most prosperous and have a higher standard of living than a lot of countries, than most countries. The other countries that are a bit more comfortable than us are like, the oil monopoly countries.
Dude,
like
I think we're not only corrupt, we're inept.
Yeah.
We're policing the whole world, and what was that, during Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans? We couldn't get water. It took us 5 days to get water to the Superdome.
We couldn't deal with the gangs that were ravaging other resources. I mean,
we couldn't
crazy.
stop. It took us 5 days to get in there and stop all the rapings and killings going on in New Orleans
Yeah.
during that time. So,
Guess what happens to be very popular in New Orleans as well? White supremacists with a tan. That's why when a catastrophe like that happened, instead of people sticking together and putting their resources together and figuring something out, like a lot of communities would, instead you had white supremacists with a tan ravaging everyone's resources and killing and raping.
Joni says that the reason Kim Jong-un is behaving is because he knows Trump's coming back.
Well, that doesn't seem to be the reason. Ayatollah Khomeini is misbehaving because, as soon as the inauguration happened, Ayatollah Khomeini went on Twitter and said, "Today is the first day of the post-U.S. era."
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the post-U.S. era. Come on, people knew it before it happened. I mean,
Are you willing to say on air that you hope Joe Biden falls off down the stairs on Air Force One and breaks his neck?
yeah, I hope he falls off his bike again, but into a sewer and drowns.
I
in
saw a
sewer.
meme right after. It was like the day after Biden
Yeah.
fell off his bicycle,
Yeah.
and it was a picture of Joe Biden sitting on a sport bike,
Huh.
crotch rocket, and somebody said, "Let's let him try this next."
Huh.
He'd kill himself on that.
A crotch rocket.
Yeah,
Kamala Harris is a crotch rocket.
yeah, for sure.
She's the crotch rocket that gets down on their knees
Mm-hmm.
and then
That's
does
how she got.
and then
her
does rocket
position.
activities to your. Yeah. That's how she got in her position. Yeah.
Yeah. The dumbest diversity hire
Yeah.
ever. Well, second dumbest.
Yeah.
I think the Supreme Court justice is the dumbest.
Yeah. That's gotta be Ketanji Brown.
Yeah.
The
What's
one
a
that
woman?
can define a woman. Hey, I'm the first black woman on the Supreme Court, but what's a woman?
Mm-mm. Do you guys know about what? Oh, didn't say. All right, you want to check out some of these videos I got?
Yeah, for
Pulled
sure.
aside. Oh,
Let's check it out.
all right. I pulled aside some TikToks.
Hey, people, hit the share button and share the biggest, greatest, most far right wing
Harry.
podcast.
Whoa!
Oh, is that a deep fake that they did on Trudeau? Deep fake of Trudeau.
All right, those aren't the ones I really wanted to show you. Okay, here's someone talking about the WNBA player.
Huh.
So how long are we supposed to be keeping her overseas?
Until she learns her fucking lesson.
until hell freezes over, baby.
She broke another country's laws. In Russia, they don't mess around with weed. People there are not incompetent drug addicts. So, I mean, you broke their laws, you deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
Nobody put the weed in your mouth over
I was
there.
talking to somebody. They think that she'll be home in a month or so. I don't think she's
She
coming
shouldn't.
home. I don't
She
think she's
shouldn't.
coming home for a while.
You know, unlike the United States right now, Russia's a serious country. They don't mess around with the degeneracy and drug addiction and bullshit.
How long? Has she
Weed
been,
is illegal over there.
has she been over there for a couple months already?
For a few months,
Even
yeah.
if they let her go today, she's gonna come home and go, "See, America sucks. They didn't get me out of there right away.
America's
This place
racist.
sucks. I'll never stand for that."
It's because I'm black.
Anthem.
It took me 6 months to come back to the United States.
Keep that bitch over there.
Keep her. Yeah.
Yeah.
She better not ever come back. Let's see how much she
that's
loves
her
Russia.
deal.
Guess what? She's gonna be forced to stand for the Russian national anthem when she's in prison every
I
morning.
bet she stands for it.
She won't have a choice.
Stand for it or get a beating.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let me make one thing very clear. Abortion has never, not once, killed a single child. But you know what has killed children? You know what's killed many children, including an 11-year-old girl?
Not guns.
Forced birth and pregnancy.
So forcing a kid,
What do you mean forced
forcing
birth?
someone to have birth is killing.
Forced birth. That's your natural physical body. That's your natural biological.
Abortion
duty.
has never ever killed anybody, according to her.
Oh, not the
Do
63
you think they
million
really
infants?
believe that?
No, they don't. It's just a justification. These people's entire political ideology is a justification around why they want to get nutted in and touch their own peepees. That's all. That's their whole people's political ideology. All their politics justify why they want to kill their babies and be degenerates, okay,
They're
and
sick.
smoke weed. Yeah.
All right, what's this one?
I say I'm pro-abortion instead of pro-choice now because unfortunately it took me way too long until I'm now 24, like literally in the last few days of doing my own research, to understand the history of how the pro-life movement, that word, the wording, was in an attempt to make anything other than being pro-life something that was not on the moral high ground. By saying pro-life, it's implying that the other side is pro-death. But that is not the case. Being pro-abortion is being pro-life for the person with a uterus who is advocating for their choice and their rights. I am pro-abortion. That does not mean that I am pro-death. That means I am
This
very
bitch is a
much
Chinese
for
spy.
the ability to choose and dictate what happens to your own body. There's very dangerous consequences to using such language in the case of abortion.
No, language is violence,
I am
guys.
trying to reclaim
Yeah, silence is
my own
violence.
beliefs by saying I am pro-abortion, and that does not mean that I am pro-death.
You know what you should be pro? You know what also you should be pro? Not get nutted in if you don't want to have a kid. That's
So these people, they act like it's not a baby,
yeah.
but I think they know it is. They just don't care,
No, yeah.
right?
Again, man, their whole
Which makes
political
them evil.
ideology
That
is
makes
to
them evil.
justify, is to justify degeneracy and satanic practices and doing drugs and having orgies. Literally, if you take any leftist political stance, it's gonna come down to the justification of why everyone should have a drug-infested orgy, right? Legitimately.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
get them. All right,
Yeah.
now listen to this lady.
Somebody commented that they would unalive themselves if they ever got pregnant and couldn't get an abortion. And I want everyone to know that you can have abortion pills on hand even if you're not pregnant. I have them in my bathroom. They are in my cabinet just in case. And if I ever found myself pregnant,
Wait, who's gonna
I
get
would
this
take the
thing
pills.
pregnant? I don't think she has to worry about that.
no shame, no stigma, available, ready for us.
Available to
So
kill your
you
baby
can
anytime.
Do you find her
Get
sexy?
abortion pills
No.
by going to shareabortionpill.info. Shout Your Abortion's amazing. They are
I
doing
find that
the Lord's
plant,
work
that tree
in
behind
sharing
her, more sexy than she
all
is.
the information you need about abortion.
So what do you-
pills.
what do
And,
you-
You can get yourself some
what do
abortion
you say
pills.
about,
They are
150
150.
the morning after pill?
That's not abortion. That
Right.
prevents pregnancy because it peels the egg before pregnancy occurs.
Right.
Right?
So she's got some
that's
good
not
advice
abortion.
there.
No, that she's saying abortion pills. Abortion pills and morning after pills are two different
Oh,
things.
they're two different things.
Yes, abortion pills is after the pregnancy has occurred, it then just does something to kill the infant.
And then
I guess I think it like
and then your
it
body
blocks.
pushes it down.
Yeah, somebody let me know if this is true. Does it block nutrients from getting to the uterus? So then anything that's in there
So that's still
dies. Yeah, so that's an abortion, right? But that's an abortion that you can take the abortion pills
like a week
before-
later.
Yeah, as long as the pregnancy has occurred. It takes 24 to 48 hours usually from intercourse.
So how does the morning
I don't
after
know.
the morning after pill means the next morning?
So after you get
Right?
after you nut inside your chick, you can have her take a pill, as long as it's within 24 hours that peels the egg before it's fertilized, right?
So it only works within the first 24 hours.
Yeah, cuz that's usually when pregnancy occurs.
So that's
yeah.
not
not abortion, no.
okay.
Because it's not a life that's created. The
Right.
life is not created yet. So you're not killing anything.
Right.
You're just,
So why can't
Why
chicks
can't
have
they
that
do
on
that?
hand?
Because it's not
easily
convenient.
acceptable.
They still have that on hand, but it's not convenient enough. They want to be able to, be negligent and be able to kill their baby weeks
I
later.
don't want a man telling me I need to take that.
Yeah. I don't want a man telling me when I need medication after I get nutted in. I can do that whenever I want.
I can wait till 9 months later and have him cut my baby apart piece by piece and suck it out with a hose.
Yeah, if I want to cut its limbs off and its head off and suck it out, I can do that if I want to. Women empowerment.
Yeah. All right, what's this one?
If
My
you don't
God.
want to get pregnant, don't have sex and stay pure, just like the God wants it. Isn't your entire
wrong with that?
Making fun of
religion
Christians.
based upon
Yeah.
the idea that a woman did not have sex and still got pregnant?
What?
She's saying
Yeah.
that the people that are telling us
What
not
does
to
that have to do with it?
I don't
Yeah.
know. She's saying that people that are telling you not to have abortions are the
Yeah.
religious people. And
Yeah.
these are the people that are saying that,
Yeah.
Look at this lady. She didn't even have sex and she got pregnant.
They're not saying, look at this lady. She didn't have sex and she still got... That's not the point. The point is that Jesus Christ was a divine life that didn't need to be procreated. He placed himself inside a woman's womb. That, like, her point is invalid.
I'm not
Anyway.
pro-murdering babies.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
I'm pro-Becky, who found out at her 20-week anatomy scan that the infant
You're
she'd been
pro-soy
so excited to
and
bring
hormone
into this
blockers.
world had developed without
He's going to give you all the
organs.
excuses
I'm
why you need
pro-Susan,
abortion. It's
who
all
was
the
sexually
excuses that are
assaulted
very
on her way
rare.
home from
Yeah.
work,
Super rare.
only to come to the horrific realization that her assailant planted his seed in her when she got a positive pregnancy test result a month later.
What does that have to do
I'm
with
from
anything?
Teresa, who hemorrhaged due to a placental abruption, causing her parents, spouse, and children to have to make the impossible decision whether to save her or her unborn child. I'm pro little Kathy. who
So
had-
is there
Okay.
ever a situation...
This
where-
guy's actually pro soy and estrogen. That's why he talks like
Is
that.
there what they do here is like all the super rare instances where you
Yeah.
would where you could actually debate having an abortion
Right,
kind of a thing,
which is
Like if
why
the
it was
mo-
ruled as a federally protected right to begin with. It was ruled over the morality of is it okay to take a life in these extremely rare scenarios.
Right.
But then what whores started doing is they started taking it and running away with it and doing it off for convenience.
In the beginning, okay, we had to deal with these people where it should be safe and rare,
Right.
Like a rape or incest or that kind of
Right.
thing, where you give these people enough slack and they're like, hey, once you give birth, we can set it aside and have a discussion on whether we want to kill this thing or not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it's come to.
Yeah.
And so once we finally put our foot down, we have a conservative Supreme Court, and they say, no, we're going back to the states. These guys go back to the whole, hey, what if incest?
Exactly.
What if I'm raped? Then they go back to that again.
Yeah, exactly.
When
That's
what
why
they
we
ru-
need to be pushing back on
Right.
it.
Well, what they really want is, hey, I just had my kid. Let me talk to my doctor and see if I want to kill it. And then they go right back to that.
You know, I didn't finish my degree yet, okay? I have to go back to college so I can serve an employer from 9 to 5, so I have to kill my baby.
The crazy lefties are the
Yeah.
ones that ruined it for themselves, right?
Yeah.
If they'd have kept it safe and rare and all that, we
Yep.
probably wouldn't even have to have this discussion.
They blew it.
They blew it. Yeah. Idiots.
Yeah.
All right, what's this one? Oh, now we're going to get into some of these smash and grabs. This is what's going on around
The white supremacists?
9 men
Yeah.
burst into the store with sledgehammers.
This is
and
going on
then
all over
burned
the country,
place
dude.
over, smashing
Why do all these white
barricades,
supremacists have black hands?
and
That's
then
Why do
crazy.
all these white supremacists have hammers?
worth of gold and diamond jewelry.
They have black hands, but they're white supremacists.
yeah.
They must have a farmer's stand.
They go in with like 8 or 9 of them, and they
Yeah.
run out with probably hundreds of thousands of dollars in jewelry.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's called
Jewelry.
reparations.
Reparations, huh?
I don't know. Watch this one. Here's another one. A nice mall.
Uh-huh.
I like flag it.
Oh, look, it's a dark-skinned white supremacist.
Every time.
That just
Look at this one, right in the
Real
middle of
estate
traffic.
photographers notice they're being followed after a shoot in San
They're
Francisco.
real estate
Friday,
photographers.
4:30 p.m.
Oh.
They're being followed by these white supremacists with a tan,
Oh.
and
The thief
right in
smashes
traffic.
their
dude.
back window and
shit.
snatches $7,000 worth of camera gear and a
Holy
drone.
shit.
A shocking escalation of crime in the city.
Dude,
That's not cool.
this is crazy, dude.
They never get caught, and even if they get caught, nothing happens to them, and they're let
Because
out
that
of
would
jail.
be racist. Yeah,
Yeah.
they let out on
Yeah,
cashless
this
bail.
is, yeah, if you're voting for Democrat, you're voting for. You say this is okay.
Yep.
Don't lock those people up. You know what I mean? It's not his fault that he's doing that. He was oppressed by white guys.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what happened.
He's a dark-skinned colored white supremacist. He's smashing and
Smash
grabbing.
and grabs. Burglars busting out car windows, grabbing anything
that
left
easy, dude.
inside.
Man.
We wanted to see
Dude,
just how bad this
that's
nationwide
fucking
problem
crazy.
is. So we're using this $250 speaker as
Yeah, that's a
Dude,
lot.
what do you do now? Like, are we all supposed to like reinforce our car windows now so that the white supremacists can't smash and get to
I
them?
mean, bulletproof windows, maybe, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. This
Maybe
is
they'll just start
crazy.
making cars
Action
that
grab
way.
robbers targeted Nordstrom department store outside San Francisco. It was like a military operation, coordinated and involving at least 80 thieves and 10 different vehicles. The terror began at 9 p.m. They strategically barricaded their cars in front of the store, blocking anyone
month
from
and a half
parking.
ago.
Then they stormed in, armed with crowbars, smashing display cases and loading up their arms with high-end merchandise. They were gone in less than 60 seconds. Officers with guns drawn catch up to one car filled with suspected looters. The Nordstrom was just one of several.
They caught one
flash
guy
mob
out of,
sprees over the
a
weekend
couple
in the Bay
hundred.
Area.
This looks like a
Dozens of
coordinated
looters
white
stormed a jewelry
supremacist
store
with a
in
tan
Newark.
attack.
At the luxury store Louis Vuitton.
That's what it was.
Another court.
Here's another one.
What's the problem with all these dark-skinned white supremacists just stealing
Look,
everything?
this is in a shopping mall in the broad daylight.
Yeah. That's what happens.
cops are on their way!
That's what happens.
They don't
when
care.
they don't care. They're gonna
They
be let out on
don't care,
cashless
dude.
bail.
Cops are coming! Hurry, the cops are coming! Run,
Look, it's a white
the cops
supremacist.
are coming!
That's a jewelry store, dude.
Yeah.
Here they
The
come!
guy had an
You guys are
armload
gonna
of
get
shit.
busted!
What's he got?
Run!
What's that?
That's what happens when you
Did he
empower.
run up with the garbage can?
Yeah, he filled the garbage can with jewelry.
No.
That's what happens when you empower these animals, right? With you know, with pussy ass punishments. Once they get caught up, they get let out on cashless bail. You can't empower these animals, dude. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's what happened in Venezuela.
There's
They
got to
stopped
be a way
punishing-
to reverse all this shit.
Yeah, you
dude.
know what the way reversing this shit is? Shooting them on the spot. They'll stop doing it after. Not the cops are coming!
Yeah, we're never gonna
You know, the
do it.
bullets are a lot quicker than the cops, so. My god, this country's slippering down a hellhole.
Video. Surveillance video shows thieves armed with sledgehammers swiping $100,000 worth of jewelry from a San Jose
$100,000,
mall.
dude.
Joining
Gone
me now,
in a
the
matter of
owner
minutes.
of Heart of Gold, who was targeted in that smash and grab robbery, Eric Aroska.
This is an everyday
Eric,
thing,
good
dude.
morning.
Yeah.
It happens all the time now.
Yep.
All right, what do you think about this one?
Do you have white privilege?
I believe everybody at Georgetown definitely does that is white.
100%.
What?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think the fact that I don't need to think about my race, just going about my daily life, is a sign of white privilege.
If we're white, subliminally, we have privilege over other minorities.
Yes.
So these people,
Dude, whites are the only people being conditioned to hate their race.
Right.
Why?
Hmm.
You want to know why?
Because 200 years ago, we had them as slaves. I
Yeah,
guess.
because whites, you know, Eastern Europeans,
So
they built the modern Western world, and then people came in and they want it. They want their grandparents, their great grandparents' creation, and they can just shut up and
Yeah.
watch. If you say anything, you're a
it's
white
crazy that when
supremacist.
they talk about slavery,
Yeah.
like at this college, they got these kids indoctrinated into
Yeah.
thinking that
Man.
like they have this white privilege.
Yeah.
Which isn't true.
Man.
But they're not teaching about slavery correctly because it's, for thousands of years over there in Africa, black people were
Sold
enslaving
other blacks.
Well, they were enslaving other black people.
Yeah, and cutting their limbs off. Dude, slavery in Africa is like 10 times as, as harsh. In the West, they were like merciful. Like most of these slaves would rather be slaves in the West back then than they are in Africa. Because in Africa, they treated them savagely.
Yeah.
They would cut their limbs off, use them for voodoo practice. A lot of these slaves would much rather be in the West.
The Romans had white slaves.
Yeah. Hell, in the West, there was Irish slaves, Asian slaves.
If you go back in time far enough
Yeah.
and follow your ancestry back far enough, everybody has ancestors that were slaves. Everybody does.
Yeah.
There's no escaping that.
If you go back in far enough in time, my great-great-great-granddaddy, King Ramsey, he had the entire Jewish nation as slaves. Thumbs up on that. Hell yeah, Granddaddy Ramsey.
Watch this one.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Thanks. On the 6th of March, we welcomed our beautiful twins into the world. A boy called Arlo and a girl called Emerald.
The first one they said was, "This is a girl."
They had a boy and a girl.
Your face just like lighting up like, "This is amazing." And then the next one was on, "This is a boy." And it was like,
This
jackpot,
baby-
one of each.
Is transgender?
This baby told her parents that she wanted to be a boy.
And
What?
they
Yeah.
identify as two boys. The
Dude.
first time that I realised Stormy
This one.
This is
wanted
fucked.
to
There she
identify
is.
as male was about roughly 2.5.
Oh, 2.5.
But
Oh.
it's not really, he said, I want to be a boy. He said, I am a boy.
Munchausen
And that
by
is the
proxy.
difference.
Really? So if a little kid says I'm a car,
Yeah.
does that mean that
Yeah.
they have to like install a hood on them now?
Yeah, so they fuck their kid up for life.
Dude, kids say all types of crazy shit. That's why they're kids.
Well, this is just the first step.
remember the
The
exact
next
moment
step
they
is they're
switched
gonna
over,
mutilate it.
but there was that
Yeah.
point where,
Mutilate
you know
him.
what, this isn't
Her.
just
Mutilate her, yeah.
this is not a little girl we're looking at here. It's a little
Yeah,
boy.
that guy should be in jail.
He
Yeah.
started being unhappy with being dressed as a girl, so he started being unhappy with wearing dresses.
Come on.
Hair clips were a big no-no. Didn't like hair clips, didn't like the
Oh, now their other baby.
genuinely
Yeah.
upset.
So I mean, where are the
No
where are the
way.
little kids getting this idea that I'm a boy? I'm
Dude,
not
they
a
fucked
girl?
up both their kids.
Yeah.
They had both their kids switch genders.
Oh, is
my
that what it
God.
was?
Yeah.
The girl became a boy and the boy became a girl?
Yeah.
Are you
Oh.
out of your goddamn minds?
Hot Jenny, hot blondie, Jenny, just entered the chat. She said, Samir, check your text. I will, baby girl. That you texted me. Of course, I'm going to check it. All right, let's see what hot Jenny texted me.
Yeah, share it.
Okay, she said, white woman 57 is bashed over the head with a blunt object by 3 black passengers on a bus who told her they hate white people. NYPD calls case a hate crime. Oh.
They finally called it a hate crime? Finally?
No, they called it a hate crime against the white woman who,
Oh, against the white woman.
because she said that 3 black dudes hit her with the over the head with a blunt object. What? You a white woman? How could you describe them as black dudes? That's
But
a
they
hate
were
crime.
black dudes, right?
Yeah. It's bashed over the head with a blunt
So
object
white-
by 3
white-
black passengers on a bus who told her they hate white people. NYPD calls case a hate crime. Oh, okay.
So
I see.
white people are being conditioned to take it. Hey,
Yeah.
you have this privilege. Hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, white lefties, anyways.
Yeah.
And then black people are being conditioned to hate white people.
Of course.
And blame them for all of their woes.
Yeah.
For the most part.
No, come on, guys. No, I hate to sound, I don't mean to sound like, oh my God, a crazy right wing. But tell me this isn't a war on white people. Come on. Telling me this is not a white genocide. Now that people are allowed to beat the shit out of white people, bash them over the head, I don't know, run them over, loot all their businesses. And if you open your mouth about it, you're the racist here.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Come on. Start fighting for your own good, for the future of your kids and stuff like that. Because guess what? It's going to intensify. If you don't take a stand, your kids are then going to be the ones being told, hey, you're white, shut up. Let people, commit hate crimes against you and loot your business and take away your scholarship opportunities to give it to minors. And you're paying for it with your tax dollars. Come on. If you don't stand up now, your kids are going to
She
suffer.
has always just plainly informed us that she is a girl.
how young
However,
this is.
she's never gotten to meet any other trans people. So she was so excited this year to get invited to be in the Seattle Pride Parade to
Dude,
get to
come
meet
on
lots of
now.
other people like her. Unfortunately, her other household is not as affirming and
not
told her
crazy.
she could not, under any circumstances, attend the Seattle Pride Parade.
So the other
She was
parents aren't
crushed.
nuts.
So we decided to throw her own Pride Parade in our
The other
private.
parents don't want their
It
kids
was
looking at
such
gay
an
porn.
incredible experience. She got to meet so
What the
many
hell is
other
this?
awesome trans people
It's her little
who
gay
showed up to support
parade.
her.
Well,
It
is
was
that kid,
amazing.
3?
Yeah.
If you want to show trans kids
Look
that
at
they
them
are
all wearing
perfect
masks.
just the way they are,
They're all wearing
if you want
masks.
to
What a bunch
validate
of
trans
pussies.
kids, like or comment on this video, or leave her a message of your own.
Idiot.
You should send this video to Child Protective Services.
So they wanted their kid to go to the Pride Parade. Obviously, they're these are divorced parents.
Yeah.
And this parent wanted to take her to the gay parade and change her gender and all this shit. And the other parent's like, no.
Yeah.
What do you do in a situation like that?
One parent is a retarded leftist
Well, it sounded like
groomer
maybe yeah.
who should be in prison, and the other parent was a normal
They're saying
person.
now that using the word groomer is
a hate crime? Of course it
it's
is.
hate speech against LGBTQ people.
Yeah, but bringing kids to fag porn parades where you have men walking
You
around
don't like to
with
take your kids to
transparent
fag
clothes?
porn parades? You must hate the LGBTQ people.
You must hate the LGBTQ HIV community. Yes, we do. Because
You don't like to have sex with little kids. You must hate the gays.
You don't like taking wiener in your butthole by other dudes. You must be
Hate the
homophobic.
gays. I knew it.
That's a hate crime.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're in Canada, they'd arrest you for that, not having sex with a guy against your will. If a gay guy wants to have sex with you and you say no, you're going to jail, where they will have sex with you. Are we being forced to turn gay, all of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Oh my God.
Sends up on
We need
Fox
straight
News,
pride,
sends
Mom.
up on Governor DeSantis' desk. The Don't Say Gay bill
Oh, the bill
is
that doesn't
not
say
going to
don't say
prevent
gay?
LGBT youth from being LGBT. You cannot erase our existence by erasing our representation.
Huh.
2, it is going to cause mental health crises and suicide rates
What?
among queer kids to skyrocket. And 3, it is not done for any other reason.
These queer kids kill themselves after a dude takes a wiener in the butthole and he's like, oh shit, what the fuck did I do? Then they go commit suicide, or somebody generally mutilates themselves, like these perfectly young, healthy females cutting their
They're
breasts
literally so crazy, they
Yeah.
don't know if they're a boy or a girl.
That's what causes
They're
them to commit
insane,
suicide.
yeah.
And guess what? After they commit suicide, the rest of the community, instead of dealing with their own issues, what they do is, no, they project, it's your fault. You're not
Well,
accepting us enough.
It's not even that they're killing themselves because they're confused about whether they're a boy or a girl. They're just batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And batshit crazy people, 50% of them kill themselves.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Aye.
Come
Don't
on,
let anyone
dude.
tell you
It's
any
crazy.
differently. It is not done for any other reason than to save any effort on behalf of transphobic people, on behalf of homophobic people from having hard discussions that they don't want to have. I have several nephews and I have a niece, and nothing has been difficult about teaching them who I am. I have a 2-year-old nephew that I caught him the other day asking one of his dolls, "What are your pronouns?"
Oh
Just
my
ask the
God.
people in existence.
Dude,
2
they're
years old,
fucking
dude.
up these kids. They're
You know,
fucking
there's
up
a
the
lot
kids.
of 2-year-olds. Like, how old are you when you start talking and communicating and understanding language?
Uh-huh. And they're
2?
fucking, yeah, like two
Like
and a
you're
half.
barely getting a grasp on it?
Yeah.
And and this little kid's saying, "What are your pronouns?" Yeah,
oh
right.
my God. Dude.
Psychos, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how this wasn't even an issue like a couple years ago. At all. Right? It's like a
Man.
brand new issue that's an emergency
Yeah.
to these people that have mental disorders.
All right. So, Hot Blonde Jenny just sent me another news article. She's really smart. She keeps up with all the illegal invasion news. Soros-linked group wins $172 million contract from Biden to help border crossers avoid deportation. Is this shit serious right now? Is this even a country right now? A country is a border, having a borders, official language, national identity.
Biden is the biggest human smuggler ever.
Yeah. So George Soros basically just won, quote unquote, won a contract that's worth $172 million of taxpayer money to help people, to help invaders not get deported.
That's so nuts.
That's pathetic, dude.
Wait, what's this part I was saying?
I'm kind of in agreement with the people. Transgender kids should not be given the option to go on hormones or to get any surgery until they are 18.
What gender's that one?
And why do you think that? Okay, throwback. It's the 1980s. I'm 14. And when I was 14, I was a hardcore tomboy.
What gender is that white supremacist?
She's gonna make some sense though. Watch.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I'm 14.
So hold on.
And why do you think that? Okay, throwback. It's the 1980s. I'm 14. And when I was 14, I was a hardcore tomboy. I did not want to be associated with other women. I thought I was attracted to girls, and I just really didn't want to be around them. I really thought that I was one of the guys. Had I been introduced to hormones, I would have done anything I could to get it. But now, I'm proud to be a woman. I am happy with the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a woman. It's what made me stronger, and it is what made me me. Okay, so it kind of just sounds like you had internalized misogyny, and that you had internalized sexism. Given that you are a conservative as well, it seems like you were around people that encourage a regressive mindset, and that they were least likely to call you out on it. And with transgender kids, they can have internalized misogyny, but internalized misogyny and thinking that you're transgender are not the same things. A lot of kids know what they want. They're also backed up by medical professionals, and they are backed up by psychologists, and they're backed up by sociologists. And over 90% of trans people do not regret their medical transition.
How many?
Well, that's wrong. Considering that 50% of them kill themselves.
Well, all right, I thought she was making sense, but maybe not.
No, she was making fun of the people that made sense. She brought up the legitimate point that the transvestite weirdos, the people that are against that are making. She brought up that point and then said why.
So
it's,
a lot of girls
misogyny
are like tomboys.
Yeah.
They want to climb trees, hang out with the boys, that kind of stuff.
Like when you're a kid and you like playing around.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you're gay or you're trans.
Yeah.
But if you have an adult.
Doesn't mean you should chop your tits off.
If you have an adult reinforcing that stuff, you might be a boy. Like these people are jumping to conclusions, man. And they're brainwashing these kids into taking hormone blockers, and then the next step would be you get a little bit older, and then they mutilate you.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yep.
We got a disease going on here in this country, and half the country thinks it's okay.
Unfortunately.
We should talk to kids about gender identity. You're just going to confuse them. That's actually okay. Adults teach kids that being confused is the end of the world is something horrible, but the reality is being confused is where the learning begins. And if the child ends up being transgender, then awesome, you've given them language that will probably save their life because they're able to discover who they are that much sooner. But what if they're not? Then you've given them the enormous privilege of wondering about their gender. Most cisgender, not transgender people never investigate or explore their gender. If a cisgender kid asks themselves, how am I a boy? How am I a girl? Am I really a boy or a girl? Then awesome. They get to wonder and then learn who...
If this person...
I wonder how much soy this bitch is on.
If that person got within 10 feet, 20 feet of a kid, he should be arrested.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, because there's
He's a groomer.
There's another video in here with this same person. That person is a woman that has been taken...
Wait, that's a chick?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Taken so much testosterone that
I thought that
her
was a
voice
soy boy.
has changed.
Yeah.
She's growing facial hair.
Yeah. I thought that was a soy boy, but
This is a mental disorder.
She's a woman.
and
Yeah.
now half the public is catering to this shit.
Yeah.
That's terrible, dude.
Tisk.
Anyways, I don't want to see this idiot again.
You know, while we're trying to figure out what pronouns these people are and taking hormones, China is building a supersonic missile. Yeah. So just to let y'all know, while America has transvestites trying to groom kids, China is training in the form of post-nuclear attack guerrilla warfare. So I'm just letting y'all know.
No, we are witnessing the death of America as a superpower.
Yeah.
If you're a transgender in the military, they'll promote you just because you're a transgender.
Yeah. Like,
Right?
like for example, promote you to a 4-star admiral because you're some crazy dude who chopped his dick off.
Exactly.
When I came out as trans, I knew people would have a lot of questions for me. Questions like,
This is
when
a
did
guy.
you decide
This
that
is a
you
guy
were
being a woman.
Question.
Or are you
This
getting
woman
the
has a
surgery?
penis.
Or the infamous, are you sure?
Estrogen made her,
Many of the people in my
made
life
him.
didn't even say this question out loud.
Are you sure?
Instead, it was implied by everything else they said. It was, are you sure you want to turn your life upside down? Are you sure you want to make decisions that you can't take back? Are
Like
you
cutting
sure
your
you want
penis
to
off.
risk
Yeah.
everything? But sure is a word that we use to describe your relationship with a choice.
Don't you think that most of these people would have benefited more from a psychiatrist
Yeah.
than a surgeon?
They would have benefited more going to some mental health asylum.
So, this transgender surgery shit is like a $400 or $500 million a year industry right now.
Yeah.
And in the next year or so, it's projected to be $1 billion industry.
My God, dude.
So there's a lot of money to be made in it. Yeah. Just like abortion, dude. These abortion doctors are multimillionaires.
Man.
How many abortions does one abortion doctor do in a day? 10, 15,
Yeah,
20?
something like that.
At like, they probably get $1,500 a pop.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from insurance companies that you're paying into.
Yeah.
I don't have health insurance, so I don't pay into that garbage, but, you know, that's
So
good.
I think this is the same person that I was just showing you.
Yeah.
And we can stop looking at
This
these.
is how I explain what being transgender
Oh
means
my
to
God.
kids.
That's the same
when
person.
a baby is born, the doctor looks at the baby and says, "Oh, this is a little girl," or "Oh, this is a little boy." And sometimes the doctor gets that wrong. So when I was born, the doctor looked at me and said, "This is a little girl." And so everybody thought that
See,
I was a little
he was a girl.
But when I got older,
She
I
was a girl.
realized, wait,
Dude.
and when I was
Hot blonde Jenny just made a really good point, like she always does, 'cause she's really smart and beautiful. She said psychiatrists are now taught to support trans lunacy in the DMS-5. So the new guidelines for, you know, psychologists and psychiatrists, people who are supposed to help you when you have a mental disorder, their new guidelines teach you to tolerate, to feed into these people, to
Yeah.
reinforce these people's mental illnesses. That's it, dude. The medical industry is fucked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like doctors, you know, every time they upgrade their guidelines, they're teaching them to sell more big pharma garbage. So you can never rely on these people with the big
It's
degrees.
seeped into medicine. It's seeped
Yeah.
into science. We talked
Yeah.
about this one time where that
Yeah.
Tyson, who's the black physicist guy? Tyson something or other. Anyways, he was asked how many genders there are. He was down with it. There's as many genders as you can think of.
Who?
What's the black physicist guy? He's always on the...
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Neil deGrasse
Oh
Tyson.
my God, he's a soy boy.
Yeah.
He turned soy.
But everybody looks at him as a smart guy. He's a physicist, astrophysicist.
Can't rely on these smart people
No,
anymore, man.
dude.
Hell, most people thought Bill Gates was a smart guy. He's a smart genius billionaire. You know, he does a lot of good. He has all these big charities. He's a big philanthropist. But then look at all the shit that he's doing. I mean,
So he just announced that he's going to donate all of his wealth to the Bill and Linda Gates Foundation.
yeah, I'm gonna donate my wealth from one bank account to the other.
That's what he's doing, dude. And the people are making a big deal out of it, like he's donating. Yeah,
man.
he's still keeping it in the family.
Yeah.
So stupid. I don't think I can watch any more of these stupid ass videos, dude.
Well, speaking of donating wealth, I'm gonna donate this sick, beautiful SIG P320 from my right holster to the left holster.
There you go.
Beautiful. So this thing has got a 2.5 pound trigger, and it comes with factory night sights. And this is actually.
Does that mean they glow in the dark?
Yep. This is actually the U.S. military sidearm right now. It's clear, so I'm gonna feel the trigger. This is the official sidearm for the U.S. military. It just won the most recent contract in 2021, and we got a bunch of cool guns out of the new contract giveaway for the sidearm. Anyway.
Are you giving any of these guns away?
No, these are my babies. These are here like my kids, dude. I'm thinking about, naming them right now.
So do you think this new ATF guy is going to try to ban your AR pistol over there?
He can ban anything he wants. I don't give... Yeah, they will. So actually, the ATF, what they're trying to do, right now. This guy's agenda is National Registry of all firearms, parts, and accessories. So they want to register firearms, of course, magazines every single round, which is identical Fidel Castro gun control legislation, sort of, how they want to register every single piece of firearm artillery out there. But specifically now, what they're trying to crack on is the brace. So this part right here, that separates a short-barreled rifle from an AR pistol is the whether it's a stock or a brace, and also whether you can put a forward grip on it or a finger stop, right? So as Americans,
hold it up. I don't know if you can hold it up.
Okay, I can hold it up. So it's clear, of course. We checked it safe. Don't worry, safety people out there. Let me minimize the butt stuff, the brace.
Who I forget who the politician was that said that better not be loaded. To that other guy, politician, he said, "This is my house. I'll do whatever the fuck I want."
Whatever I want with it. But just for the safety people out there, I like gun safety. I'm gonna check it safe here, clear, empty chamber. I'm gonna lock the dust cover back. So this thing right here,
it's an AR pistol.
It's
considered a pistol.
It's a pistol,
not a long gun.
Right? Why? Because this right here is not a stock. It's a brace. It's a pistol brace because it's got the Velcro and it doesn't have.
And you can collapse it down.
Well, you can also collapse the stock.
It's essentially a short-barreled long gun.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
If it's under a certain amount of inches, it's considered a pistol.
Now, this right here, a lot of people would confuse that for a forward grip, but it's not. This is called a finger stop. The objective of that is to stop your finger from getting muzzle blasted, right? Because if you have your C-clamp grip, it might slide up with the recoil. So this right here is just a finger stop. If it was horizontal, that would be considered a forward grip, which would classify it as a short-barreled rifle, right?
And where can people buy guns like this and actually get trained on them?
At the Bunker PG, the Bunker Pawn and Gun. Okay, you can buy any beautiful firearm that you like, and then go right over, just like 5 miles over, to the Bunker Gun Club and get the best high-end training. It's a defensive pistol and rifle tactical training facility.
Out by Claremont?
Yep, and it's in the Groveland Farms in the outskirts of Claremont.
About 15 miles outside.
Yeah. Also, check this out. This right here is a Surefire weapon-mounted light. This thing has got rechargeable batteries, and it is 1,500 lumens, right? So, I mean, I recommend if you want anything that can withstand, muzzle blast, because, you better know that with the short barrel, this thing is going to blow cannon energy out of the sides. This thing can withstand it. I've blown up so many
a cheap flashlight won't last very long.
Yeah, I've blown up so many cheap ass flashlights.
How much is that flashlight?
The muzzle
cost?
blast is $300
for a flashlight.
It's a weapon mounted light. A weapon mounted light is different than a flashlight.
Dude, I got guns that I didn't spend $300 on.
Really, dude? You gotta reference me to your gun guy, because I've never spent less than $700 on a gun without the accessories. Dude, guns are expensive, man.
When I bought this gun, it was barely just a little over $300.
Well,
that's probably
is that a Ruger LCP?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a pocket pistol. And what is it? Chambered in
380.
380. Okay,
yeah.
I see.
That's a nice gun. It holds 6 rounds in the clip.
That's a nice gun, but you better make sure that this thing runs wet. You gotta make sure that it runs as wet as a nice. Not gonna get into that. You gotta make sure that it's nice and lubricated, because you keep this thing in your pocket or in closed places.
Yeah,
it gets
that one
sand
I don't
in
carry
it,
on me.
and 380 jams a lot.
Yeah.
So, other than that, you want to make sure all your guns are.
So how much you got invested in this gun? How much is the actual gun itself?
Okay, so the actual firearm itself, without any of the attachments, without any of the Gucci accessories, it's $750, right? I put these badass mag.
What brand is that gun?
This is I forget, because my other rifle is a Ruger. This is a Radical Firearms LLC. They're actually local here in Sanford. Right? Radical Firearms. This is $750 bare. These are nice.
And what's that shoot?
Sights. What?
What's that shoot?
It's 5.56. It's chambered in 5.56 223. So it's got a 5.56 chamber. It shoots both calibers, right? Yeah. What else? It's also got
I have an AR that'll shoot 223.
It's got a both side ambidextrous safety, which I thought was pretty cool in that lower. So the safety's on both sides. You seen that? With my other rifle, with the full length barrel, the lower doesn't have that. It's a Ruger.
Only on one side.
Yeah. This has got a double ambidextrous safety. And I really like these sights. They were laying down in my stash somehow. They're the Magpul CQBs, close quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. They're night sights, dude. They got different.
Well,
they have
we
the
talked
night
about this
setting.
when you first brought that gun in.
Yeah,
was
because
saying,
I just put the, you know, attached all the
I know, but
accessories
I was
on.
saying I have some different optics on
Yeah.
some of my guns, and I prefer the iron sights actually.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I prefer iron sights if you're going for, you know, a close quarter. If you're going for like, so on my full length, I have a scope, or it's not really a scope. It's considered a magnified sight, just because it doesn't. It's not like what is it? Like a long range. Like it's got a long range setup, like my 308
You're
or
not-
6.5 Creedmoor, right?
You're not hunting stuff from a long ways away.
Yeah, the
or
furthest I would
sniping
shoot
anything.
is 250 yards with a full-length barreled AR, right? With this thing, the furthest I think, you know, I would engage in combat is 150 yards, right? It's still lethal up
But
to
with
300
something
probably.
that compact,
Yeah.
that's what that's made for.
It's for home defense. This thing is
Yeah.
ideally home
Crowd
defense.
control.
Yeah. Crowd control, home defense.
Yeah, dude.
You know, urban engaging.
Yeah.
You know, urban tactical scenarios in which you're in the middle of a city, not open field engagements. Things like that.
Close quarter stuff and
Yeah.
some mid-range stuff.
Yep. Why? Because we're in America where we have the right to use our guns for self-defense. We're not like soy boy Trudeau territory.
Right. Yeah, and anybody that says, why do you need a gun like that, all you got to do is say Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse. If he wouldn't have had that gun.
Yep. He'd have been dead.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is George Washington. If George Washington wouldn't have had his muskets, he'd have been dead. This is
Yeah.
the musket of the time. This is the Liberty boomstick of the time.
Yeah, the boomstick.
It's beautiful, man. I mean, you know, I recommend everybody, you know, put like if you've got other hobbies that cost you a lot of money, put those to the side as well and invest in a couple of, you know, good handguns for yourself and your family. Put some nice Gucci gear on them if you don't want to just make it a range gun, if you want to make it a shit hits the fan gun. Just because, you know, with the way the direction the country's headed right now, you never know when you might have to use the firearms to hunt, you know, your own food once there's food shortages. We encourage no violence here on the greatest, most right-wing podcast.
I have an AR pistol. I really, really like it.
Yeah.
And if I had to choose between an AR and my AR pistol,
I'd pick my pistol.
I'd pick the pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody should have one of those.
Just because with the terrain in Florida, what are the situations, say shit hits the fan, what are the most situations that we're going to be coming in? In the woods. It's Florida. In the woods and the swamps. It's not open field engagements. Say we were in Arizona, for example, or Nevada, where it's desert, I'd definitely go with my full-length barrel AR-15. As a matter of fact, with my AK. AK is the best thing for, you know, harsh environments.
Democrats want to ban the ARs and the AKs and all kinds of other stuff they're talking about.
Well, they ain't never going to do that because guess what? A lot of good Americans have acquired the skills to build those, right?
So what about the ghost gun thing? Wasn't that in that package that they outlined ghost guns? Didn't that get passed or not?
I'm not sure. So
well, if they did, then you
there's-
can't order parts.
So there's a lot of
through the
stuff that
mail.
have been filtered out on that bill. I know the magazine capacity things have been filtered out from the bill. I don't know if the ghost gun thing as well. I mean, that's the thing. They're constantly stuffing pork, and a lot of pork gets picked up on by actual, you know, people, Republicans who are for us, and that stuff gets filtered out. But what didn't get filtered out, some of the pork that was in there was $100 million for the FBI so that they can, you know, fund more young mass shooters.
Keep framing patriots.
Yeah.
Hey, Biden says that you don't need 30 rounds or 10 rounds or whatever. Everybody that guards his old senile ass has 30 rounds and 30-round replacement clips on them.
And they have 100-round magazines.
Yeah. So fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Your Secret Service, let them get rid of their 30-rounders first. Then we might think about it.
Any law that you passed on the civilians, it's got to apply to
the military, Secret Service,
everybody,
police.
dude.
Hey, right? The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Yeah.
If we can have these, you can have these.
And the right to bear arms had nothing to do with hunting.
No.
It was
to kill tyrants.
Yes.
Legitimate.
Defend yourself from a corrupt government.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And our government's getting pretty damn corrupt already.
Yep. Most definitely. I'm the latest thing that already.
I keep going back to the Sri Lanka thing because they did the J6 thing all the way to the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So, dude, people, hit the share button so you can share the biggest, greatest, most far right-wing political podcast on the internet so we can beat the algorithmic demotion. Also, you want to take calls, dude? Or what do you want to do?
I don't care.
Yeah, let's take calls. I mean, we're.
I say they did the J6 thing all the way, but the J6 thing was really just a protest of the election.
Yeah.
I don't look at the January 6th thing as,
Yeah.
let's take over the government.
Yeah.
People were there to protest.
The J6 thing was a protest for the actual insurrection. That's how I see it. There was an insurrection committed by them stealing the vote, and people were just showing up to peacefully protest that.
Yeah.
Because if this was a real insurrection, why do you think people complied with the DC gun-free zone laws? If people were showing up there to overthrow their government, which I have thoughts about that I can't say on
They didn't carry
camera.
any weapons on anybody.
No.
Enrique Tarrio had an empty clip that
Yeah.
he brought on the plane because he was going to sell.
It was like a merchandise piece of
it
merchandise,
said
like a Proud Boy
on it.
magazine.
And they still have Enrique locked up again.
Yeah.
Because he tried to take over the government and become the president.
How horrible.
How stupid.
Become the president.
Yeah. Well, if he was going to take over the country, wouldn't he be the dictator?
I wouldn't want that guy as president. He wanted.
I know,
his,
but what I'm saying
his
is how
wife-
stupid, how
his-
ridiculous.
Yeah, he wanted
Not
his
to
wife
mention, on
abort his
January
kid.
6th, he was in jail
Yeah.
in D.C.
Yeah.
So how is he going to have an insurrection if he's in jail?
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe he was hoping that the insurrectionists would break him out of jail. It'd be a big, great jailbreak.
I don't know if anybody's going to call in.
All right, people, we're about to put the number up. We're at an hour and 30, so we're going to go for a few more minutes. We'll probably take a couple of callers. Yeah.
Put this
Where do you want to put it?
right here. I don't know if I can. This is how cheesy we are, dude.
This is how cheesy. Hey, man, technology is hard, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
And then here's this thing.
So, Hot Blonde Jenny just made another good observation. She said people are still bothering adult men on this show about their language because somebody told us to watch our language above. Listen, people, we try to minimize the cussing because the algorithmic demotion and all that, but we're grown men, dude. Like, I mean, come on, you might as well just feed us some breast milk. I would like that, though. I would like for all the women that are telling us to watch our language to feed us some breast milk. Because if they're giving us the baby treatment, might as well give us the baby proteins, man. Breast milk is very nutritious.
Probably the best thing for you.
Yeah. It has the best effects on testosterone. I mean, the most dense in nutrients. Yeah, so please, if anybody here wants to treat us like we're a bunch of babies, give us some breast milk too. I'd like that.
So what do you think about Manchin not voting for Biden wanted to add $1 trillion more taxes onto us.
Huh.
And he wanted to spend another $1 trillion.
Dude, $1 trillion?
So it would have been $2 more trillion that would have.
Yeah. He wanted to tax it and spend it.
Yes.
My God.
Yeah.
So, look, we're not raising the national debt or anything. We're just having Americans pay the national debt that we're uselessly spending.
So Democrats think that the best way to get out
Idiots.
of, we're the high inflation, we're slipping into a recession.
It's to tax the hell out of the people who are struggling.
Yeah.
And can't feed their families.
Yeah. And then dole out $1 trillion to who knows what.
Yeah.
What a bunch of dipshits, dude.
Yeah.
These people are incapable of doing anything correctly.
Yeah.
Everybody's diverse. So they say like 70% of Biden's staff they're all diversity hires.
Diversity hires,
with
yeah.
no experience whatsoever.
Dude.
They got hired because they're either gay
Or
black,
trans, or they like to
trans,
put up
or-
a bunch of dudes on leashes.
Oh my God!
Like that fucking. I don't
It's
know.
not how you run a country. It's not how you run a business.
I'm sure you've seen that freak that's like the Secretary of Nuclear Energy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what the fuck? This guy gets off. He gets horny off of putting men on leashes and have them act like dogs. Apparently, that's his sexuality. I don't know what sexuality is that.
So hey, also
Dog sexual?
So according to the stuff that's
Yeah.
being leaked from Hunter Biden's laptop, or somebody hacked his iCloud.
Yeah.
So there's all of these records of his phone calls. So Hunter would call like somebody in China.
Yeah.
And then the next call would be to his dad, and then like a call to Ukraine, and then
Yeah.
a call to his dad. So
Yeah.
he's touching base with his dad. Like this is what happened.
Yeah.
Every one of these calls overseas that he makes.
Didn't Biden say that he's never dealt with his
Yeah, he's a
sons
liar.
overseas?
Obviously, he's lying.
Oh, the government lying?
Mhm.
No way.
Imagine if Trump did that.
Oh man. Imagine if Trump's kids were the ones that were ordering cocaine and hookers and then filming their assholes as they sit in the tub and do cocaine and hookers.
Yeah. So some of the new footage that came out,
Yeah.
You know how Bo Biden was Joe Biden's oldest son.
Here, let people see the number.
He died. He died of cancer or whatever.
Yeah.
And as soon as his brother died,
Yeah.
Hunter starts screwing
his dead brother's wife.
Yeah. So in some of this footage that's been leaked out, he's seen doing drugs with
his dead brother's wife.
His dead brother's wife's daughter.
No.
His niece.
No way.
And then there's video clips of him in bed with her.
No fucking way, dude. Does this family not have any restraint whatsoever?
None.
Dude.
So my thing is I bet you Hunter would have been normal if his dad wouldn't have been molesting him.
Yeah.
I think in his daughter's diary, she talked about how she was 10, 11, 12 years old, and Joe Biden would take showers with her.
Yeah.
And so what other kind of shit was he doing to her? So I bet he was molesting his son and his daughter. His own flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Molesting them. So, he's fucking around with their kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Hunter has any kids, does he?
No. Well, no, yeah, he does. He does have a kid with that hooker in Arkansas that he refuses to pay child support.
That's right.
Yeah. Dude.
I don't know if anybody's going to call in, bro.
All right, well. Okay. If nobody wants to call in.
Most people have like a little icon that shows up, and it's got their number on it. And
yeah.
we just have a piece of wood.
Piece of wood.
With two rolls of tape.
It's a professionally drawn piece of wood. Look at it.
It's
you
like
painted it.
If 5-year-olds had a podcast, it looks.
But I don't think 5-year-olds can make sick paintings like this, bro. What 5-year-old can just?
We don't care.
Yeah,
whatever works.
Whatever, it is what it is.
The problem is I'm the tech guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know any tech stuff. I'm definitely not a tech guy.
Well, me neither. I don't know any tech stuff.
Okay, so Leah Thomas.
Yeah.
The college that she swam for.
Made her the NCAA Woman of the Year
yes.
or something.
She's Woman of the Year.
A man is NCAA Woman of the Year.
Yeah.
Another man is a Woman of the Year at something.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Rachel Levine a Woman of the Year of something else?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why the Babylon Bee said Man of the Year, and they got kicked off Twitter.
Why do all these Women of the Year have penises?
Oh, no.
Why do all Democrat Women of the Year have willies?
Yeah. So weird, dude. So another person got eaten by an alligator.
Oh, man, these alligators.
Some old lady in Sarasota fell into the water and was gobbled up by 2 alligators.
God damn. I mean, that's a tragedy. But I mean, she's an old lady, so she probably didn't have that long to live.
Do we have too many alligators in this state?
Yeah, they're an invasive species.
How many millions of alligators do we have?
Billions. Dude.
Billions.
So that's the thing. And the FWC still says you can't hunt them. You know what? Fuck off, FWC. So that's the thing. They thought that the alligators were endangered back in the day, so they put all these regulations in place. Mm-hmm. Now they find out that they're invasive and they're overpopulating, but they won't remove the regulations because you can make laws, but you can never remove dumb laws. Yeah. Hey, that's how the government works.
And for any tourists coming to Florida, if you come down here and you're anywhere near a lake, you're very close to an alligator because they're like in every lake, right?
Yeah. Everywhere. Yeah, every lake, pond, river.
I live near a lake, and people keep telling me there's no gators in there. I don't trust that shit.
There's got to be. Dude, they cross over land, and they can get there. Sure, there could be no gators there at some point, but then there could be later.
Yeah. So this asshole right here, he's got a record 10 miles long, homeless, all this stuff, and he killed, stabbed to death, NASCAR, Bobby East.
Yeah.
He was 37 in California getting gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy's been arrested 1 billion times, and they keep letting him out, and then he finally killed a NASCAR driver.
That's the first person in a while that I see commit a crime who's a white supremacist without a tan.
Yeah. It's actually an actual white guy that did that.
Yeah, damn. Yeah. It's a white supremacist without a tan this time. Everybody else were dark-skinned white supremacists that commit crimes. Isn't that crazy, Jeff?
Yeah, weird stuff happens sometimes like that.
Maybe he hasn't been on the beach in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, here's where they're saying the window for containing monkeypox probably is closed. So we're going to have to vote by mail.
She.
Vote by mail. And again, I got the screen on.
The window for containing monkeypox is closed. So the window for not being a homo who takes wiener in the butthole and catches monkeypox, that's closed.
Yeah.
That's how monkeypox is spread, by the way, people. Fauci won't tell you that, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the LGBTQ disease.
Yeah. It's an LGBTQ HIV community infection.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Elon Musk is telling people in Texas to don't everybody charge your cars at night at the same time you're making the power grid go out.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say this. I don't know anybody who's listening right now, but I live in Longwood, and every day I get power surges now.
Because all the people charging their Tesla.
I don't know what's going on, but power surges every day.
Why don't we stop with the dumb electric cars?
Well, every time I get a power surge, my air conditioner stops working for 2 or 3 hours. It's
Dude.
got some kind of electrical components
Dude,
that
at
gotta
our
reset
place-
themselves, and it takes forever for it to come back on again and kick back on.
At my place, we just had before I left town last week, I had a power surge at my place that cut off power to 2 rooms on the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And,
So that's happening a lot lately.
Yeah.
And I also noticed, like today when I'm taking a shower, the water pressure's not very high, not like it used to be. Are they tweaking our water pressure down so we don't use as much water?
No, it's because you mean hot water? You're not.
No, like the water pressure isn't very hard. Isn't very high like it used to be.
I don't know what that is. That's a separate
at the
issue.
water plant. Can't they tweak down the pressure?
Yeah.
And that way people aren't using as much water.
So you get water from the city, or
yeah?
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, they could. Man.
And I just wonder, like, what's going on with the power?
I don't know, dude.
But it's been hot, dude. Just everybody using it, overloading the system.
Yeah. You know what they'll tell you? It's climate change. Climate change is causing power surges and causing water pressure to decrease.
This whole climate change is going to come to a head.
It's racism. Racism is causing.
Well, it's going to come to a head because you can't use fertilizers. You can't grow food now. A lot of these countries are telling people you need to cut your animals in half. Like you can only have half this many cows next time around, and they're trying to push the fake meat bullshit on us.
Yeah,
dude, and people are getting pissed off. I don't know how many more buttons they can push on us, dude. And how much is gasoline all around the world? Everybody's like strapped.
Yeah.
Can't buy. There's a lot of people I bet are going hungry in this country.
Yeah. I have a meme about going hungry right here that I want to show you. It's a good one.
Once people start going hungry, they're gonna do the
whatever
Sri Lanka
it takes.
Thing.
Yeah,
the Sri Lanka thing. They're gonna do it.
So check it out, dude. Bro, we're complaining about double-digit inflation. Some people are so hungry that they're eating their bed sheets.
What?
You see what this says? While you're complaining about double-digit inflation, some people are starving to the point of eating their bed sheets.
Oh, she's getting rammed.
Oh, really? I didn't even see that. I thought she was just so hungry.
Degenerate.
I didn't see that. I thought she was so hungry she started
eating. I thought you were a religious conservative.
I am.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. You heard that LeBron James saying that that Brittany, what's-her-face, should not even want to come back to America because America's so racist and they're not fighting very hard.
So he pretty much said that the Russian prison is better for her. I agree with LeBron. That's the first time I agree with LaFraud James.
Hey, did you know Dan Crenshaw voted to, if you're in the military and you don't get the vax, that you can be let go? And Dan Crenshaw voted for that.
Well, yeah, Dan Crenshaw is Eye Patch McCain. That's what people are calling him.
So he's a congressman, right? So is he up for re-election?
Yeah, he's up for election every 2 years.
All right,
representatives.
Don't they alternate the
U.S. House of Representatives? They're up for re-election every 2 years.
All at the same time?
U.S. senators, yes.
All at the same time?
Yeah.
It's not alternated?
No. The alternated is with state races. The alternation.
Well, what I'm
that's
saying
a federal race.
In 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. They're every 2 years. So
yeah, because that's a federal race. Federal races are all at the same time. Midterms.
Senators are every 6 years.
Midterms are in 2022. Then general presidential 2024.
I wish the presidential shit was every 2 years.
Man,
we should reconsider that now.
Yeah.
After having Biden in there, he's.
We can't change that because George Washington.
Where is he at? Right at about 2 years now. We got 2 more years to go with that stupid idiot.
Yeah. I think they're going to put Kamala in depending how the midterm goes, and that's even going to be worse.
Did you see him the other day complaining about the big headache he had? Maybe he's having another aneurysm.
In his brain?
He's had like 2 brain surgeries.
Huh. No, is that why he's retarded?
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe.
I see. Could be.
I don't know. There's a lot of. Is he 80 yet or 79?
Yeah, he's.
Dude, there's a lot of 80-year-olds that are quick as a whip.
Yeah.
Smart. You know what I mean?
Donald Trump.
He ain't one of them. Biden
Trump
ain't
is
one of 'em.
76 and he's still smart. I mean,
All right, so he's 76, so he'll be 78.
Yeah. By
I
the
think that's
time-
going to be a big turnoff for people. Going another 78-year-old.
I don't know. I mean, he is like sort of like a big cult of
But they're
personality.
going to use
thing.
that. They're going to say, "Hey, you guys said that Biden was too old and all this stuff, but Trump isn't senile like that dude is."
No.
But Trump will be 78. That's how old Biden was when Biden took over.
Yeah. Plus, Trump is seen as like the boogeyman of the left, right? So that's sort of why, you know, even though a lot of Sabatini's, a couple of Sabatini's policies I don't agree with, I think I'm still gonna go ahead and support him. I mean, it's hard to vote for somebody who took direct action against your career, right? But I mean, I think he's still the best choice for Congress, just because the left sees Sabatini as like a boogeyman, as like a Marjorie Taylor Greene.
You have to look at this like, who's going to be the best for my country?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But this
not
thing-
who pissed me off because they, you know.
But that's the thing. You also have to look at it like with that action. You know, will it replicate in his career as a federal congressman? Like, if it comes down to it, where he takes donations from a massive entity to screw over the little guys, like homeowners and contractors, right? Homeowners and contractors.
Well,
always on
he'll
the same
be up
side.
for re-election in every 2 years.
So that's what I'm
We can
saying.
always, you know,
That's
if
what I'm
he
saying.
does something stupid, we
You
can
have
always
to-
campaign against him.
Right, you have to reconsider. I mean, I don't know. The point is, the left see him as like a Marjorie Taylor Greene or a Donald Trump, so they're all gonna lose their shit if Sabatini gets in there.
It's going to be between.
and that's why.
It's between Sabatini and Mills, I think.
Yeah.
And Mills isn't really from here, man. He may have grown up here a long time ago.
Yeah.
But he's not registered to vote here.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
He's registered to vote like in the D.C. area, Virginia or something. I ain't here.
Yeah. Well, he lives in Virginia or Maryland.
Yeah.
He lives outside of D.C.
So I'm saying I'm not voting
but
for
that's
that
the
guy.
thing.
Sabatini's been in the Florida House
Right.
for 2 or 3.
And that's the thing. You have to put a lot
times
of
in a row.
You have to put a lot of value behind right wingers, depending on how the your average Democrat views them. If the average Democrat looks at a right winger and he's like, "Oh fuck no, I can't. This guy is like the most far right wing racist, whatever." That's probably our guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's because.
Well, I mean, he put together a bill 4 separate times to introduce constitutional carry here in Florida.
You know, there's lots of divided opinion. Well, we're gonna have him here. By the way, guys, we're gonna have Anthony Sabatini here next Wednesday, next episode.
Yeah.
Anthony Sabatini's coming in, and he's gonna sit in for all the 2 hours this time. So we're really gonna get to cracking and lacking with the questions. Is that a phrase that people used back in the 50s? Jeff?
They used malarkey.
Malarkey. We're gonna get into all the malarkey. Anyway. Yeah. We're going to talk about the property insurance. We're going to talk about constitutional carry and sister bills and his version of constitutional carry and whether he's going to keep that palette for the next generation, you know, of Florida state reps. Because Drake Wirtz, my buddy Drake Wirtz, who, by the way, I ran into his wife today, Valerie Wirtz, you know, amazing person. She's, you know, handling his campaign. They're a great family. They're
We
good
need to vote for
Christians.
Drake Wirtz here.
Yep. So he's running for Florida House District 36. Yep, vote Drake Wirtz. Anyway.
Rich Santos.
Yeah. So Drake Wirtz, he's vowed to file a constitutional carry bill. Now, I hope that you know he gets with Sabatini and he files the same version of constitutional carry that Sabatini was filing, because that version is different than the rest, because every state has its own constitutional carry thing, version of constitutional carry. The common theme between them is that they revoke concealed weapon permits, right? But Sabatini's version of it, since Florida is not already an open carry state, is that it also revokes criminalizing brandishing a weapon, right? So it decriminalizes brandishing a weapon, therefore making open carry legal, right? So it turns us, you know, it puts us on an even scale with the rest of the good old southern redneck states like Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, West
They're
Virginia,
all open carry?
Arkansas. Yeah, they're all constitutional carry and open carry states, right? But they were already open carry before they revoked their concealed weapons permits, right? So their version of constitutional carry was only to revoke concealed weapons
Are there
permits.
constitutional carry states that have to be concealed? Or if you're constitutional carry, does that mean
constitutional
you can open?
carry is pretty much is just a name, right? Every state has its own separate version of it.
Some states are concealed, some states are open.
Yeah, but what they all have in common is that they revoke permits. They revoke the requirement to get a concealed weapon.
You just have to be old enough, and you're in.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't get in trouble for carrying.
Yep.
Open or concealed. Well, you could be in a state that says it has to be concealed.
Yeah. So if the state if a state doesn't allow open carry, right, and they pass constitutional carry without adding that, decriminalization of brandishing clause, right, then you can conceal carry without a CWP, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't open carry. That's considered brandishing. So if Florida passes one of those constitutional carry bills that doesn't include the decriminalizing of brandishing clause.
The weird thing is we're here in Florida.
Yeah.
We have the conservatives. We have we had that in the Senate and in the House. Like, we're in charge.
Yeah.
But we can't get
They're all corrupt as hell.
We can't get this passed, dude.
They're all corrupt as hell, dude. I mean, that's the thing.
That's why we got to vote the rhinos out.
Look at how great Florida is. Look at our great governor. We have all these conservatives that were dominating, but they're all but they're just run.
We got people in there like David Smith,
that's
who's
the thing.
a retired military helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
He's for the red flag laws, and he's not for.
You got to understand, politicians are probably, they're lawyers, so they're all 10 times smarter than your typical Q-tard, right? So of course they're all gonna be conservative, dude. That's the thing. I've came to the realization that of course you're gonna be a conservative if you're in the Florida state legislature, and of course we're gonna have multiple majority Republicans because a politician who has special interests in being in office, right? And their demographic are predominantly conservatives. What are they gonna run as? They're not gonna run as a Democrat,
Yeah.
That's why we're so corrupt here in the state of Florida.
Well, we can change that.
Hopefully.
We talked about this before. So Trump started this America First movement where you got to be a hardcore conservative, right?
Yeah.
Where before we would vote for like Lindsey Graham type people and whatever. Now we don't want that anymore. Now we want strictly hardcore conservatives. So it's going to take a long time to get all of the type of that type of person elected.
Yeah,
right?
and people got to.
We're literally on our first round.
Yep.
Or second round because we vote every 2 years. So we're on going on our third round of electing America First people.
Yep.
Right?
But people got to pay attention and grow a spine and stop, something that we typically talk about, how right-wingers like to pre-ejaculate over candidates. Let's stop doing that. Let's see what they're actually standing for, not what they spout out. If they've been in office before, look at their previous history of policies, right? Because, man, these past, few election cycles, people have voted in some horrible candidates because of what they spewed 6 months before the election, right? So I'm just saying, pay more attention, people.
We got to fight harder against this CRT shit.
Yeah.
And all of the trans pronoun.
Yeah, well, these people
need
need to be completely eliminated from politics and having any influence in the country. Just because, our founding fathers didn't intend for these people to have liberties like normal people, right? They said freedom is for good, moral Christian people, right? They didn't intend for people who want to rape kids and groom children and teach kids about 100 million genders in school and take away your firearms. They didn't intend for these people to be, free.
We're America. We're free.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gay and you want to marry another dude. Most people like, hey, that's your thing, not me.
But that's the thing.
It goes against my religion.
No,
or whatever. But when you start talking to little kids and indoctrinating kids, you're harming people.
No, that's an infringement on religious rights. Marrying gay people. Marriage is a religious practice. It's holy matrimony. It's between men and women, right? It's between a man and a woman. What they took that, they stripped that, they infringed on Christians' rights by taking their practice and perverting it, just like they pervert the Bible. And there are some churches that are pro-LGBTQ. How can you be a church if you're pro-LGBTQ? God called homosexuality an abomination.
Well,
and
most
all
churches
types of
don't preach this kind of stuff.
Rightfully so, yeah.
They avoid it.
But some churches pervert the Bible. They take a verse that says God is love. God said God is love. That means you should love each other. Men should love men. You see where they go with it? That's ridiculous.
So I guess the lefties will say, oh, okay, if I say, hey, bake my cake, and you don't want to, that's the same thing as saying, oh, you're a black person and you're coming in my restaurant? No, I don't allow that.
Yeah.
But it's not the same thing.
I mean, but even if like the first like thing, I mean, as a private business, you should be able to refuse service to whoever you want. That's the same thing that they said when people didn't want to wear masks inside businesses or whatever. Oh, it's a private business. You should be able to refuse service. Oh, but it's not the same thing with the gay people. If I'm a religious guy, I should have to serve the homosexuals. I don't want to do business with them. You know what I mean? I see.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's the argument they had. Like if,
yeah,
you know, if you have a cake shop and two gay guys come in and they want a gay cake and you're a religious person,
yeah,
and you're like, sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah,
they're equating it to a black man and a black woman coming in and saying, make my cake, and you're like, no, I don't do that for black people. But I don't think it's the same thing.
I mean, and that's the thing. Say people did do that. I mean, what can you do about it? Like, say people did say, oh, I don't want to bake a cake for this group of individual. I'm sure there are black businesses out there. I don't know if there are white businesses that are, oh, I'm not going to serve black people. I'm sure there are black businesses out there that if they were in a predominantly, I'm sure in like Harlem or some shithole in New York, there are places where white people are not allowed, or where businesses are not going to serve white people just because most of their clientele are black. And I know now where places where it's mixed, black people are advocating, oh, this is a black-owned business, come eat here. But I don't know, dude. I think it's only when it's a white thing. I think it's only shined light on when it's a white oppressor, when it's a white person trying to practice their rights, right? In that situation.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like this. We are in a stage of woke beyond return now.
It's getting to a point where I guess the ultimate goal is for everybody to hate everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's divide and conquer. You know what I mean? Divide people and put them into groups and then get their votes.
Yeah.
No.
I see, man. What else is on the headline? Is there anything?
Can you imagine if Trump wins again, how the media's heads are going to explode?
Yeah.
We're about to wrap it up. But just one more thing. I just like talking about this. I talked to some people who say DeSantis is definitely going to run for president. He's going to run for governor this time.
And then gets reelected, and then halfway through his gubernatorial term.
Well, not even halfway. Think about it. So if DeSantis he's running for governor now. So as soon as he wins, there's only 2 years to go.
Yeah, so that's halfway through his governor term because then he's going to be out of
what I'm saying is right away he'll have to start campaigning for president.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what he's going to do. He's going to campaign for president as he's governor of Florida.
So I'm saying if he's going to run for president, he's not going to. Wouldn't he have already announced that?
So what
do you do? You tell everybody, hey, I'm running for governor, and as soon as you win, you because when you run for president, it's a lot of campaigning.
It happened before.
You're essentially not governing anything. You're just campaigning.
It happened a lot before, dude. I mean, politicians that run for office. They got to
juggle the two.
Yeah. You're holding office as you're running for another office. I mean.
So let's just say.
What the hell do politicians do?
DeSantis runs, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What are his chances of actually winning, beating Trump?
I don't think he will, just because the majority of the demographic is, the Republican voter base is, Trump leaning.
What would happen on stage though? Because there'll be a lot of people that are going to
roast each other.
They'll roast each other. How's Trump going to roast DeSantis? And then how would
DeSantis Trump can roast anybody, dude.
Right.
Hey, DeSantis,
But do you think DeSantis would turn the cheek on that shit?
No, he's gonna roast him back.
You think
so? They have to. I mean, like when Ted Cruz and and Trump stood against each other in the Republican primaries debate in 2015, right? And Trump stood against Rand Paul and Jeb Bush and all these people.
Trump has a way of dragging it out of you.
Yeah.
Even Rand Paul, he got into it with Rand Paul.
Yeah.
But Rand Paul wasn't very.
Hey, Ted Cruz, your wife is ugly. She's hideous. I'm telling you what, Ted Cruz, your nose is very long, and I don't like that.
That's legitimate. Hey, Marco Rubio,
Little tiny hands.
I bet you my hands are small, but I don't have a problem anywhere else, Rubio. Little Marco.
Oh, Marco said his So essentially, Marco Rubio's comeback was, "You have a little dick," to Trump, right?
No, he told little Trump, he told Trump, "You have little hands." So then Trump said, "I might have little hands, but I assure you, I don't have a problem anywhere else."
I don't have no problem with my hands. He didn't admit that he had little hands. He never said that.
He said, "I don't have a problem anywhere else. I don't have a problem where it counts."
Size doesn't matter when it comes to hands, Marco. Little Marco.
What do you think he's gonna roast DeSantis? He's gonna
Trump
be like,
is raising more money than the GOP combined.
Ron DeSantis, your wife is too pale. I don't like that. She's beautiful.
No. He might actually hit on his wife.
Dude, there's a lot of ways this could go
You have a
sideways
beautiful DeSantis. You have a beautiful wife. I don't know how you landed her, Ron.
I don't know.
I can imagine.
He'd have to play this kind of careful because everybody likes DeSantis.
Yeah.
And so what happens if somebody attacks somebody that you kind of like or admire or appreciate or whatever?
I mean,
it's not a good look.
I think they're gonna be mature enough to know that this is a primary debate, and then whoever wins, that's who we're getting behind.
Yeah, but Trump.
That's the thing with Republicans in the primaries. We gotta all be against each other before.
Trump has a way of grabbing you and dragging you through the mud, dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah. Like with Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
He did that with everybody on the damn Republican stage.
Dude, I mean, that's some of the best TV ever when Trump is in debates.
Yeah.
Right?
It was some funny shit, man.
Yeah.
I remember my teachers were all raging against him. I didn't, I didn't worry about that then. I was a sophomore in high school. All I wanted to do is chase chicks around. And anyway, so then my teachers were all raging against, and I knew that my teachers were all retarded degenerates. So I'm like, hey, if they're all raging against Trump, then that's my guy. Yeah. And then I started going a full MAGA on them, even though I wasn't familiar with him. I only ever heard of Trump when he started running for office. I had no clue who he was before then.
Really? Never heard of him at all?
No. My teachers, I can actually thank my leftist teachers who hated Trump for getting me on the Trump train.
Well, these are probably the same teachers that when he was doing that TV show, they probably loved it and watched every episode.
Yeah, they watch all his reality shows.
But when their news media told them Trump's bad, they'd be like, I hate that guy.
He wants to grab them by the pussy? No way.
Yeah. Better than Joe Biden, who stuck his fingers right in it.
Yeah.
Terrorism.
And hey, Trump was talking about, hey, look, if you're a man of high status and a lot of money, women will let you do whatever to them, right? Yeah. But Biden, he's not a man of high status or power. He was just a politician who wanted to rape his intern. That's what that was. Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably molested a lot of kids, too.
Yeah. He sniffs a lot of kids on TV.
I don't trust that dude. I think he's so corrupt and evil.
Yeah. 10% for the big guy, remember? So if it's 10% for the big guy and he's given like billions of dollars to Ukraine, how much 10% did he get out of that deal? You know what I mean? Like $40 billion. Right?
So because Joe Biden has a son that's a drug addict, crackhead.
Yeah.
And he left laptops, more than one, at a repair shop and never went to pick it up.
Yeah.
And the repair shop guy looked into it and opened up a whole can of worms here.
Yeah.
So like if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't know anything. We knew a little bit about Hunter Biden before the laptop, didn't we? Or not?
Not real. I mean, there was a little bit of corruption.
If it wasn't for that mistake, we wouldn't really be onto how corrupt Biden is. So what I'm trying to say is...
No, well, we knew Biden was corrupt long before Hunter Biden stuff came out, right?
What I'm saying is... Yeah. This Biden laptop shit and the corruption, this isn't like an outlier thing where Joe Biden's the only one doing it. I'll bet you all these people that have been in politics for years, they're all like that. Yeah. They all put relatives on boards in other countries.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you can do favors for
these other
countries.
You appropriate funds.
Not to the benefit of Americans, but benefits to the
family
other
members.
countries. They take our tax dollars that we work hard for
and
give it to these other countries.
Yep.
All of these politicians are probably compromised.
Unfortunately,
they're all crooked. All of them.
Unfortunately, a bunch of degenerate, drug-addicted alcoholics are the ones appropriating U.S. tax dollar funds to go to their... Like Nancy Pelosi's kid, I think, is on the board of Smithsonian's, and that was one of the companies that got all the COVID relief money. You remember that back in 2020?
Yeah. And they probably got $1 billion kickback, and Pelosi probably got millions and millions of dollars.
Here, throw something, Jeff.
What?
Throw a cherry at her or something, see if it bounces. Anyway, I'm just kidding. All right.
Throw that little gun at you.
Throw that little gun. Yeah, throw a bullet. No. All right. Anyway,
if we could, hey, my grandfather always said, if they're in office, vote them out. One term. How about that?
Yeah.
So if you're a politician and you only get one term, wouldn't our country be better off?
No,
with
yeah.
One term.
There wouldn't have been a chance for these swamp creatures to get in there.
How much does a congressman make? 180 grand a year.
Yeah. Well, they keep giving themselves raises with the rate of inflation.
How long has AOC been in there?
She's been in there since 2018. So 2018 till
4 years?
2020 till 2020.
6 years?
Yeah, this is her second term. This is her second term.
So
6 years.
Okay, so she's only made
supposedly
500 grand in that amount of time. So how did she get to be a multi-millionaire?
Well, Soros, super PAC funding. Let's look at mini AOC. Let's look at the ugly version of AOC, State Representative Anna Eskamani. Her salary is $29,000 a year. How did she get to be a millionaire? Yeah. Soros money.
Stacey Abrams, they said she's because she's running for governor again.
Yeah.
She's raised over $10 million already.
Yeah.
So she uses $6 million of it campaigning, and then keeps the other $4 million. Is that how
Stacey
this
Abrams?
works?
Yeah.
She's set for life.
Yeah.
From people who donated to her campaign.
She probably spends $5 million on McDonald's every year, and then the rest she campaigns with it.
Wow.
Man,
So
my
funny, too.
God.
What was she doing before this? She wrote dirty books?
She wrote dirty books. Stacey Abrams?
Yeah.
She was an author, yeah.
Yeah. She wrote like romance novels talking about having sex and stuff.
Yeah, because she's never had any of that action. So the only way she gets to live vicariously through her books. I hope not. Well, I mean, I hope she is, because
some guys like big butts.
Yeah, but she's got big effort. I mean, that's the thing. Big butts are desirable when they're big relatively to the rest of the body, right? Not when you're getting a full package. You know? Sure. Anyway, different guys have different preferences, but I think everybody desires blondies. Okay, I think blondes are a worldwide preference. It's a universal preference, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. All right, what else is in the news? Anything? I'm gonna unplug this TV.
All right.
So, well, you think we're gonna have to mask up and vote by mail? Do you think they're gonna push that hard again?
Of course.
So we still have all these voting.
They're gonna cheat the elections again, dude. I mean, that's the thing.
Don't say that on YouTube.
We're not on YouTube, are we?
No.
Okay.
No, but that's why I can't post full podcasts on Rumble. I mean on
YouTube. Oh, that's
just
right.
that sentence would have got me in.
Really?
That would have got me in.
My God.
That would have got me a strike.
Uh-huh.
And a week in YouTube jail.
Did you post the last podcast?
Because the election was so legit that if you say it wasn't, your ass is going to jail.
Yeah. It's so legit you can't question it.
Yeah.
They have all their papers in line. You just can't question it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Did you post the last one we did when we had Edward Gray? Because, I mean, we didn't talk about any election fraud or vaccine shenanigans. How many strikes?
I posted a clip.
Aren't you down to no strikes on YouTube?
Yep.
Okay, that's good.
But the closer we get to the election, dude, because my name, Trump is in the name of my page.
Oh,
I'm
man.
marked for death, bro.
Yeah.
On Facebook and YouTube. So if you go back a year, I was probably in Facebook jail. Last year, I spent 6 months out of the year in Facebook jail.
Damn, dude.
But right now, I got full reign. I can say whatever I want on Facebook, apparently, and I'm good. But not on YouTube.
6 months. 6 months out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. hey, we're not free here anymore. Not when it comes to speech or anything. I told you how they're coming after me, monetarily wise. PayPal's banned me. Venmo's banned me. I can't monetize on Facebook or YouTube. I know.
But yet they'll still put ads on your videos and make money off of it. Yeah. So that's the thing, people. If you see these ads on the on the demonetized YouTubers and video people, the content creators, that's because YouTube is still wants to make. They still recognize the fact that they have an audience and a viewer base. But they don't want you making any money off.
I get 500,000 views on YouTube alone.
That's a lot of money you're making YouTube.
Yeah.
Man.
I get over 1 million views right now on if you count Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
A month. Every 28 days.
Man.
So
500,000 views a month?
I should be able to sue the fuck out of these people.
Yeah. They're using your content to make money and you're not making any money out of it.
Rumble sucks. I've posted 500 videos on there and I've made $100.
You posted
I don't get that many views on there. Maybe a few hundred views per video. In order to make decent money, you got to get hundreds of thousands of views. But I'm getting over 500,000 views. 500,000 views on YouTube alone.
500,000 views?
So I guess if they don't let you make money, they figure you're just going to lose interest and leave.
Yeah.
I just do this because I'm pissed off.
Don't leave.
No.
Stay on there. I mean, listen, man. I like the whole idea of having, our own right-wing platforms and such. That we can say whatever we want on them. But we still got to be all up in there, social medias. They delete us, create more accounts, and go in there.
But if all you're relegated to is like the Truth Social... And like I make videos, so I want to be on Facebook or on YouTube. And if I'm exclusively on Rumble, no one's watching anything over there. That's the biggest incentive is if you have people that are watching. If you don't have anybody watching, then there's no incentive to even create any content. For me, more so for that. I mean, they've demonetized me. I'm not making any money, but I'm still making videos. So, I'd like to make money, but as soon as I cut my tongue out, they kick me off of YouTube and Facebook. Then why bother?
Well, push your donation link? So you're on GiveSendGo. GiveSendGo.
People don't want to donate there, dude.
It's the only bank or the only platform where they're not social credit systeming.
Yeah, but no. I post when I make my flag waving videos and stuff. I always post a link on there.
Oh, you always post the link?
Yeah.
You don't get any... You have to...
I almost wonder if it's even working.
You have to talk about it. You have to tell the people.
Yeah.
So
it'd be nice.
Go to Jeff's GiveSendGo. Yeah.
Well, you'd have to go back and find a video from a flag wave or something.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I would... I mean... Anyway. What else? Is there any other recent news headlines that we didn't address? Like, for example, Saudi Arabian prince told Biden that U.S. has made mistakes too. Saudi Arabian minister says U.S. agencies temporarily barred from enforcing LGBTQ guidance. What? Oh, what the hell is with the... Trump says decision to run 2024 is already made and now he's weighing when to announce candidacy. What's the deal with all the LGBTQ guidance thing? They want to guide you on how to take wiener in your butthole?
Maybe. So did
you? Dude, why are all of the U.S. agencies, why are the U.S. executive departments bending over backwards to appeal to the LGBTQ HIV monkeypox people? Crazy.
I mean, so normally that's like half of 1% of the population, but now it's exploded into
we used to be a badass country before we started waving the rainbow flag beneath the American flag in all our embassies worldwide. But guess what? They won't wave the rainbow flag at their embassy in China or Saudi Arabia because these countries won't have that, dude. Can't have the display, dude. It's banned in Sharia, in in Sharia countries and in China, of course, because China, you know, they don't mess around with that.
In-
But in
in
Sharia
Russia, I
companies,
bet.
the rainbow symbol is banned. Yeah.
In Russia.
Yep.
North Korea.
Yep.
Probably
All the companies.
half the world is.
Most of the eastern part of the world. Yeah.
Half the world is run by dictators.
It's not dictators. No.
China,
Most
Russia.
Of
Come on.
No, Saudi Arabia is not a dictatorship. Dubai is not a dictatorship. UAE,
Saudi Arabia?
Kuwait. Yeah, it's not a dictatorship in Saudi Arabia. It's a democracy. It's a democracy by Sharia. I mean, it's not
Don't
considered.
they have
a
like a
dictator-
prince and all that stuff? King.
Yeah, but it's not considered a dictatorship. It's a democracy. There are a lot of elected officials. They have a parliament.
So is the king and the princes over there in Saudi Arabia?
It's a monarchy.
Well,
Yeah.
I know, but what I'm saying is like they're not powerless like they are in the
No,
UK.
they're not powerless. No, they have political influence.
Right. But the Queen of England,
they're really
she's just like a symbol. She doesn't have any.
There really aren't politics in these countries because like 99% of the people agree that Sharia law, you know, should be enforced. So it's like 1% of the people that are like disagree and they end up leaving the country, right? You can't really have politics when 90% of the people are on the same page, right? And that's the thing. That's the way that US tried to enforce on Afghanistan, enforce a liberal democracy. 90% of the people there, you know, believe in Sharia law. That's the way that they want to be ruled. We don't want liberalism. We don't want to accept George Floyd and LGBTQ.
What if like we say we're free and all of these free countries eventually just crumble from within because they all ultimately all
cater to
we
the
turn into diversity.
Western degeneracy.
Everybody's a diversity hire. There's always the demonize one race and you put the gay people on the pedestal and they indoctrinate your kids.
Well, again, and that's the thing.
It gets infested into the military and the government and
Yep.
the health and sciences and all that stuff.
Yep.
And then eventually we just implode. And then all of the
Yep.
Sharia law places are
still strong
they're
because
doing-
they stick to their
going like
tradi-
gangbusters.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Yeah.
Because they don't let any of this rot infest them.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
So-
Perfectly stated.
I know, but
dude.
in the end, they're
Yeah.
going to be the superpowers.
Yeah.
Because we're just going to fold.
Perfectly stated, and that's why the founding fathers said liberty was not for everyone, not everybody.
Are the
you know.
Sharia law places, are they spending way more money than they're making?
No.
Like us?
No.
We owe
They're
30
making
trillion?
smart business deals. Dude, hell, Saudi Arabia doesn't have a national debt. They have a surplus. They have a national surplus. They have so much fucking money that if your car breaks down on the highway, a helicopter comes and transports you to where you want to go. And that's a social service.
Really?
That's for free, like a government funded program.
Our country probably donated all of those.
No, they didn't
Well,
donate.
we give every country money.
Well, we buy oil from them now. I mean, back when Trump was in office and was running it like a business, like, hey, we're going to be energy efficient so we can export oil and we can compete with Saudi Arabia so they wouldn't gather all this wealth, right? That's how a country's supposed to be run. You're supposed to compete with other countries.
Is there a country on the planet that we don't give money to?
Russia.
I don't know.
We've given them money before when they were communist, I guess, when they were
I bet we
no,
don't.
after the Soviet Union, after the collapse of the Soviet
I
Union.
bet we don't give them any money. I mean, we bought oil from them up until just recently. Do you think we're still buying oil from them? They say we're not, but I bet you we are.
Well, we've bought oil from them. I don't know if we currently are, like if there's currently deals still going through, but Putin is going to defund us, right? So then we can only rely on the Saudi Arabians and then they can price their oil how they want to.
It's
right?
almost like the sanctions, we put the sanctions on
Are
ourselves.
hurting us.
Yeah, they're hurting us.
No sanctions are ever going to hurt Russia, dude. They have more natural resources than any other country.
Biden said that it's patriotic to pay for these high gas prices because of what Putin is doing over there. And it's our obligation as patriots to pay more in gas and food and all that stuff and tough it out.
What? Oh, yeah, to tough it out? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's patriotic.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay. It's patriotic to tough it out.
Yeah, do
Oh,
it.
it's also patriotic to give billions of dollars to countries where politicians are smuggling US dollars across the border. Briefcases full of billions of US dollars across the border. Yeah, that's patriotic. Work hard, make more money than you did last year. Grind, work 70 hour weeks so you can pay more taxes next year. That goes to Ukraine, that we can launder them over the border. My God, dude. Americans are the nation that gets raped out of the resources the most. I gotta tell you, dude. I mean, when I was a little kid and living in Egypt, and I seen how the Muslim Brotherhood were laundering, funneling all the resources to Palestine, I was pissed. I was like, "What the fuck? That's treason!" And that's how I learned about politics. That's how I got into politics when I was a kid, right? But now that I'm seeing, the same thing happen with American resources and tax dollars, that's a dot in the ocean. That's a raindrop in the middle of the ocean as compared to the Egyptian resources that were funneled to Palestine, right? How much American resources and money are being raped out of for corrupt politicians to benefit overseas.
So in Russia, it's 96 cents a liter.
Yeah.
How many liters are in a gallon?
I looked that up a while ago, but I forgot it. We used to only work by liters, Dude,
when it comes to the metrics, I don't know shit.
Okay.
Like, all of a sudden...
How many liters are in a gallon?
4 liters? Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're right. 3.78
hold on,
liters.
hit the blackout button again.
He blacked it out.
Dang it.
It's 3.78 liters, right? So you said it's what? 98 cents a liter?
Oh. Huh? 96 cents.
96 cents a liter. So there's 4 liters in a gallon. So.
Oh. So they're paying $4? That can't be right.
No, it's 3.7 times 0.9.
I read somewhere that
they're paying $3.50. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, it is. I mean, American oil independence hurt the whole world. Americans.
Hey, what happens when
cutting off American oil production hurts the whole world? Because now you just take one producer, one distributor off the market. You know what I mean?
What happens when America folds from the inside, from the weight of all the debt that we owe, and we just kind of crumble, and we can no longer give anyone in the world any more money?
It's going to be a dark day in hell. Then the actual superpowers who didn't do the woke bullshit and sustain themselves, they're going to rise to power, and then they're going to, enforce their will. And that might be good.
They'll come over and take us over.
Yeah. Dude, a lot of countries hate us, dude. What's his name?
Every country hates us.
John
They're
Kennedy.
envious.
Senator John Kennedy said it. We need to stop giving money to countries that hate us. They should be able to hate us for free.
Imagine taking hundreds of billions of dollars from a company or from a country and then smiling, taking it, and then turning your back and going, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
So
I hope they collapse.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like lefties are. Like they're, not grateful at all, just like that.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
nothing worse than an ingrate.
Nothing worse than an ingrate.
Nothing.
Man. All right.
People need to be grateful.
People need to be grateful.
They live in the greatest country.
Yeah.
They're lucky enough to have been born in America or
domestic
crossed the border into America.
Yeah.
They're just lucky.
The domestic ingrates are a lot bigger of a problem. Man.
Dude, I don't know what happened, but why is the screen black on here? Are you watching this? Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, because on my preview screen on the laptop,
I'm still seeing it. It's on. I'm watching the live
really?
right now. Yeah.
It's black on my laptop. So Pope Francis said that we need to consume less meat. Pope Francis.
Did he? And consume more soy, so we can all.
He's the holy man of God.
So we can all have the same physique as Pope Francis.
Yeah. I don't know.
Matt.
Yeah, it's working, but it's not. I don't see anything on my laptop. I don't know. Anyways, shit. I was gonna plug this back in. I wanted to give Lou's thing another shout out, but it's on my other phone. I ain't gonna worry about it. Anything else in the news we need to cover?
Not that I can see. Anything else in the news, people, that you've seen and it's been aching you?
Pope Francis wants to consume more hot dogs.
Pope Francis wants to consume more soy and estrogen blockers. Yeah. So I'm not gonna be able to do this if I consume soy anymore, dude.
Do you think Pope Francis has fondled any little kids?
Yeah, he has.
You think he's a molester too?
Most definitely. He's a Soros guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, as much money as Soros hands out, you think he'd be running low by now?
I know.
How much is that guy worth?
Supposedly like $8 billion.
I bet you if you go on and try to Google George
Yeah.
Soros, how much money he has, like whatever number they give you or whatever information they give you was provided to Google by George Soros himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We live in a country where if you jump on the internet and you want to find out some information, that information is corrupted, right? It's not truthful for the most part. I mean, if you're looking up NBA stats or something like that, yeah. But if you're looking up something on Trump or something major going on in the world, Google is compromised.
I see.
What are you doing? Texting, Jenny?
Not Jenny.
All right, the show must be over, I guess. We've gone over anyway.
All right, yeah, we've gone over time. Sorry, I'm losing attention. I'm texting this other hot MILF that I'm talking to. I met her at this. Anyway, I'll talk to you about it off camera.
Okay.
All right, let's
end this.
All right.
Hey, follow us on Rumble.
All right,
Facebook,
ladies and gentlemen,
YouTube.
this has been episode 139 of the biggest, greatest, most right-wing political podcast in all the internet and the airwaves. God bless America.
Hey, do you want to shout out your Facebook or your Instagram page?
Oh, for sure, playa. For sure, playa. So,
Pull
all
up your page and point it at the camera.
Okay, so let's see if I'm not retarded enough to work the social media. Okay, so this is my face. How the hell do I make it not blurry? This is my Facebook right here.
Sam 3%.
Yep, and it's me with the cross of St. Andrews on the Virginia battle flag in the background. And then my Instagram, which I mean these are the most two popular platforms that I use just because I can say and post whatever I want on here and not get banned. So this is me on the gram. Check it.
Samir.
Can you read it from here?
Yeah.
Okay, I
You
see.
should make your social medias all the same name.
I can't. They don't allow you to change your names after you've already made them.
Really?
Yeah, they're being...
Well, the next time you get banned on Facebook and you have to make a whole new Facebook page, make it say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
Man.
All right.
All right.
We're out of here.
God bless America.
Yeah, and don't forget, vote for, if you're in Seminole County, Central Florida area, you need to vote for Brittany Walker for Seminole County Commission.
Yes,
Rich
sir.
Santos for Florida House.
Yep.
Drake Wirtz for Florida House.
Sabatini
Anthony Sabatini.
for District 7.
Yeah, District 7
US
for Congress. And in Orlando, we're turning this shithole around. We're going to vote for David Dwyer.
Yep.
So do it.
Vote for the Dwyer and Peter Weed for District 10.
Get more weed.
Because his campaign is burning up.
Yeah. Get high with
Right.
weed. All right.
I got distracted because this MILF sent me a naked video of her dancing. You look too good. Well, no, she was in bikini. But she said that she's